Last time on Beast World, the Astral Pack spent the remaining time in Riverbed City visiting the local Wainwright, getting both of the wagons upgraded and outfitted for their time in Aurea, swapping out the wheels for treads. They also get an oven installed in the Rocksteady for Aspen to cook with, as well as maintenance kits for both wagons. The crew spend the next several days traveling through the snowy banks of Aurea. Several days of inclement weather slow their progress down as they begin to near Edelston. Aspen takes note that a group of mammoths had moved through the area in the night, but left them undisturbed, likely having not noticed them in their territory. With their arrival in Edelstan, Aspen tells them the history of the city as well as one of the largest ports in the Beast World, with shipping coming from all the homelands. While here, Aspen helps Vanya shop for something to keep them more warm in Aurea's climate, finding a particular vendor who offers them a ring of warmth at a pretty steep discount because of Vanya's current condition. While conversing with the vendor, Aspen learns that Madhu Iskar, a local village chief, is currently in the city, apparently telling cautionary ghost tales to the locals to keep them away. On their way to find Madhu, Ignatius takes note that Silverclaw Company mercenaries are in town, apparently moving shipments through the port. While at the bar where Madhu is telling his ghost stories, Iset overhears some of the dock workers complaining about the working conditions at the Silverclaw docks, mentionings of a quartermaster as a particularly nasty woman and overseer. Once there, Madhu recognizes Aspen and interrupts his current story, much to the frustration of the group who were actively listening. Madhu offers a more open table to talk with them and their friends, telling them that he tried to convince the scout that there was no dungeon in the woods, but she was insistent on looking for herself. Madhu is adamant that they don't go into the woods, but the group is equally persistent. He offers them some protective charms that belong to his family, and will lead them to his village on the edge of the woods, but no further. The group decides to shop among the market stalls while they are here. Vanya meets with a local Latine inventor, Norris, from Vigneault, who provides them with a concealed wrist-mounted crossbow. He mentions that he is hoping to sell more of his wares to Severport. While looking for protective charms of their own at the harbor, Ignatius is recognized by the harbor master. Unaware of his separation from his family, he relays an update on the company's recent successful shipments and hopes for a good word to be passed along. Ignatius takes a moment to split from the party, telling them that there is something he needs to look into personally. At the far end of the harbor, they meet with a local witch who sells Charlotte a charm against unnature, telling them that the woods itself are very haunted, and wishes them the best in their journey. Oh, load times. There we go. So, the rest of you have finished your collective shopping, and what are you doing at this point? Have you returned to the wagons? Are you still looking around Edelstan? Are you meeting up with Madhu? What is the plan? And you're still muted, Norman. There you go.
I think the plan B to go back to Madhu.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. He hasn't left the Muddy Dog Tavern, and he has more or less resumed that story to several of the patrons he was talking to before. He sees you all re-enter the tavern and looks up, eventually drawing his story to a close properly this time before separating from his listeners. Well, did you have plenty of time to get things in order?
We have what we need.
Where's your Dramphinian friend?
He had to leave on
He'll catch up.
business of his own accord, but he will return at some point. We're keeping in touch.
Well, I am, ready to leave whenever you are. If you need time, that is, perfectly fine with me. I'm not exactly keen to watch any of you walk into those woods.
I have what I need, Charlotte would say, looking to everyone else.
Duh, we have supplies, we have gear. I believe we are ready to go.
Yeah, all good.
The sooner we're in, the sooner we're out.
One can hope so. Alright. Badu follows you out to where your wagons are hitched. You've noticed that they don't have a mount of any sort. They walked to Edelstan.
Metal.
They don't seem to mind too much, but looking at your large accommodations at the moment, he's like, I assume you don't mind that I ride along with you. I tend to travel on foot, and it'll be a lot quicker.
Was about to actually offer, so there you go.
Much appreciated.
Right with Aspen and us. Motions to Usky.
This brings up an interesting question. With Ignatius gone, who's driving the Rocksteady?
I think Aspen should, personally. And we can blame the native about messing up the driving.
Come on,
Rude.
don't you know the street names around here?
Hey, it's a constitution roll. You're fine. You got this.
I could certainly try. I've not had much experience driving something like this, but yeah, I think I can do it.
It's better than me trying.
Badu will
I agree.
sit up
What is
at
my
the
fully locked up?
sit up at the front with you, just to help give you directions.
Even though she has the ring, Vanya is still snuggling up inside the wagon.
Alright. You arrived, I believe, a little bit later to Edelstan and spent a bit of time here. So your distance traveled from here for the next day will be a little short. But you should make it to Piscadoo with plenty of time. So, you will have one night to yourselves. If you have anything that needs a recharge on a long rest, go ahead and make sure that everything is charged.
I'm gonna do it just because.
I don't think anybody spent anything.
Yeah, I don't think we used any spells or like lost any HP.
I wasn't sure for Charlotte, but
Yeah, I was trying to remember if I cast a spell or not.
I think it's because we talked so much about you communicating with Iggy.
Mm-hmm. Right, after I had to know. 7 days from now, got a message, Iggy.
Alright. Any conversations for your morning, I guess, as you're approaching towards Viscadoo?
I guess the big thing would just be, if possible, to just pose the little question to Thalkeel of something along the lines of, "Oh, a cursed land, all about the woods. Tell me, my shadow, is this something that you suppose could have been sourced from here, or would it need to have come from somewhere beyond?"
Well, that type of magic is very possible here. It is most definitely a source of unnature, but what kind, we will have to see.
And I can't wait to see myself.
Could be things of
And
value there.
yeah, no, she's satisfied with that answer.
And with a good, it's about 7 hours travel, you arrive towards a very, very small village on the edges of the South River of Viscaflod. Uh, it's about a mile, I'd say, from the actual sea. So the opening's not too bad. There's some trees, but the more obvious, like, forest you can see just on, like, the edge. Not too far. The village itself consists of, I'd say, maybe like 4 to 5 buildings total, so not very big at all. You do see a couple people milling about, uh, gathering in what looks to be like fresh caught fish from either the river or the nearby sea, and getting them hung up to dry out. And as your wagons approach fuller into view, you notice that there's another wagon here. And standing outside of it is a rather interesting looking brethren fellow, dressed in Orion clothing. Makar, would you like to describe Damien? Are you there?
Yep, just some technical difficulties. Standing
You'll love
before
to
the
see it.
group, is a brethren about average height, about average height, wearing some form of Orion armor. The the shoulders are capped with bronze shoulder plates, and it looks and he's got this stern expression at his face that never seems to rest as his eyes kind of scan around while he leans against the edge of the wagon.
Very nice. And as the wagon pulls in, Madhu kind of glances over in this newcomer's direction, before eventually departing the wagon when it stops. Did not hear about any other visitors coming to the village. Who might you be?
Damien Hargreaves. It's nice to make your acquaintance. He raises a
Likewise.
hand.
He will accept your hand with a pretty hearty shake.
He
So,
nods. He nods and lets go.
so what brings you to
Oh,
our remote village?
heard there was something. Heard of a disappearance recently. Some scout apparently.
He just turns back and looks to the wagon, is like, how far is this spread?
Charlotte will poke her head out from the wagon. From Louvain.
No, not particularly far outside. Not particularly far up here in Stranek, but it's. I've heard that Jägervolt has received news of it.
Well, this is going to be a bit of a nightmare to deal with. I'm hoping you're able to find them, because that's just too many people interested in these woods.
More of a reason we've got to find this scout. Gives a big, kind of, almost cocky grin with that.
Duh. As much as I do not like it, now we have double reason. If we do not find Scout, more people are going to come up here and go into these woods and go missing, so... Now not only do we have to do it for ourselves, but we have to do it to stop other people coming up here.
Well, we have strength in numbers, and that's appreciated. Charlotte's gonna, awkwardly, come out of the rock steady. Still dressed in her armor despite the weather. We are approaching Damien. We are the Astral Pact, and we've been assigned into looking into this missing scout. I assume the same?
I presume so.
Then Charlotte will awkwardly turn around.
This is the Murian, yes?
Yes. I was trying to remember. We were just at Elstand getting prepared for this journey.
Well, if you're looking for people, if hopefully you've brought enough supplies, it's going to be quite a journey down this road.
We've got a fair few.
Madhu chimes in. It reminds me, I need to grab those charms for you. I'll be just a moment, get settled, I guess, as it were. I imagine you're going to want to leave as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
The more daytime is more suitable.
Right. I will be right back. And he heads off towards one of the larger buildings. Not quite a large house. It's kind of built in the same style, but it's much smaller by comparison. It does not look like it is meant to hold a whole lot, other than maybe storage for supplies and food for winter.
Is the forest in line of sight from here?
Oh, yeah.
Is it going to be a bit of a travel? Okay, so we're very close.
Yeah, if you look past the other side of the river, you can see the edge of the woods, and it kind of just lines off into the distance, both down towards where the coast is, and then just off into the mountains.
Are they particularly dense trees, or are we looking at sort of spread out?
There's a decent enough spacing between them. I assume you're trying to figure out if you can get the wagons through.
No, it's more to see how daylight is going to be when we get in there, because if we may as well just go in at night. If we lose the daylight anyway, it's just one of those. Might not even matter.
You can definitely still see beyond them, but they definitely go on for a while.
Okay, cool.
Any bits of conversing you would like to do with your new guest before Madhu returns?
Yes,
I was about to say, no. Go ahead.
Charlotte was going to just get closer to Damien. So, do you have your own delving group over here?
Not much of any more. I'm less of a delver, more of a privateer, you could say. Mercenary.
Oh, you came alone?
Yes.
During that, Vanya's gonna hop over and kind of elbow Charlotte kind of playfully as it's like, you didn't even introduce yourself and you're asking him questions? I'm Vanya, by the way, and she offers a hand.
Damien shakes yours. Nice to meet you.
My name is Charlotte, and she is just going to curtsy. Apologies, we didn't expect more company for this journey.
He gives a slight nod. Well, even if it's dangerous to go alone in places like this, especially with the disappearances that have happened as of late.
Are you experienced with finding people, or is this out of charity?
You could say it. Bit of both. Definitely a bit of both. You folks from the south, yes? From heard you mention Louvain?
We were there last.
Are you from
Yeah.
Elements?
We're sort of all over the place, but we started out near Dole. We just came up through here.
We've got one
Well-
local, and she's gonna point a thumb to Aspen.
Aspen still sat on the bench atop the wagon, just sort of waves and. They might be southern, but I am not.
Nice to meet you all.
So,
Nice to meet you too. Always nice to meet more locals. Well, as local as that accent portrays anyway. Staranek.
Yeah. Yeah, just across the mountain. Ever been to Steletsk?
I think we may have visited at one point. I know well, I have met the Batco, but a long time ago.
The new one or the new one or the old one or his replacement?
I suspect probably the old one. It was some time ago.
Well-
Was that his replacement? I did not know.
There was an incident. There was an incident a while back. It's a bit of a hard subject to discuss around here. It's a bit of a harder subject to discuss.
Yeah, I can understand. I will leave.
Yeah.
Just,
Well,
still nice to have a local.
but yeah, most of us are from either the south or further east. Very south, further east. Looks over to a ski and motions to herself. We're from Aneria ourselves.
The Belik in particular.
I guess you guys must have taken the wrong wagon. He starts
Oh,
chuckling. He starts chuckling.
I think we're exactly where we need to be right now.
Agreed.
I believe we are, yes.
It's the thing that Delvers do. Come from all sorts of places and go to all sorts of places.
Well, if you're going to, well, wherever the road takes you.
Well, and this one's SHL courier points at Vegas judgingly.
You don't have to come with.
He just kind of smirks. Well, if they're not going to introduce themselves, that's Vegas. It sets the Jackal.
Was I
You know
muted when I
Charlotte.
introduced myself? Oh, fuck.
Hello.
You know, this is a ski. And that's Aspen, but you just
Or
met.
the Shadowed Witch of Sakis. If you've heard the name, then flattered.
Charlotte tenses up.
Cool name.
Unfortunately, I don't get much news of our area. Yeah, down up here. I get some from Alar. but I've not met anyone from there in a long while.
You're from Alar?
No, have some no, but I have a few relatives who live there.
I have a few.
Lovely place.
I have a few ancestors from there. I've learned the language.
Must make for some fantastic getaways when you need to get out of this cold.
I've never been there though. Always wanted to go.
Well, after a little bit, Madhu returns, carrying a what looks to be like a decent sized like jewelry box of sorts, hand carved from like oak wood, and will present to each of you several different individual bone charms. And very similar to the ones that you saw that was offered to Charlotte, they have carved sigils and runes in them. Well, I can't guarantee that these will help forever, but if they do anything, at least they'll buy you some time. And
That's
So
the
then-
best we can ask for.
he will make sure to offer one to Damien as well.
What exactly are these for?
They should protect you from the land's curse.
We'll see. He'll take it and hold it in his gloved hand, and then stow it into his pocket. It seems to just he stows it into a pocket in his coat and it seems to just disappear.
You have my sincere gratitude, Madhu. Thank you.
Now, since we are preparing to go into this, what exactly is this curse?
We don't fully know, as again, nobody has ever come back from this. But some of the elders believe that there is a bleeding of the netherworld that is tying in through here.
Netherworld?
We believe that perhaps those who end up disappearing are pulled into the netherworld and are not able to escape back to the beast world.
Is that Neverworld? Is that a common knowledge?
From your common understanding, I think the netherworld is mostly known. It is a sort of like a mirror of the beast world, except it is practically absent except for its presence of ghosts. Ghosts will essentially manifest from the netherworld into the beast world. And they're mostly tethered through there, but it is, much to your understanding, it is like a one-to-one of the beast world itself.
Okay. Oh, ghosts are mostly harmless, right?
Mostly.
Mostly.
Don't give them attention.
Except for the ones that eat you.
Well,
As long as you
usually
don't give them attention, you should be safe out here.
I'll be sure to remember that.
Would it be possible with one of these charms to be able to, like, give it a quick, like, arcana to see if there is any, like, actual protective stuff going on with it that,
Absolutely.
or at least, like, in a conventional way? Cool. There you go.
14? Looking them over, there's definitely a magical energy that is coming from the object, particularly the ruins that are carved into it. You're not entirely certain what kind of protective energies that they are giving off, or how long that they may last. You in particular do get a whisper from Thalkiel, who mentions, whatever this particular thing is, it doesn't affect us, so we should be fine.
Yeah, and she will just kind of mentally acknowledge that and kind of secure it on the ring that kind of binds together her sash belt.
Well, and Madhu looks over towards Aspen. Is there any way I can convince you to not walk into those woods?
So I have actually having my mother here to physically stop me? I do not think so. Unless you can just call in there and have Scout walk out. That would be nice.
I mean, I could yell for your mother, but she won't get here quick enough.
There we go again with Aspen's mother. You want me to not ask questions about this, but you're making it really hard.
Life is hard.
I want
Real.
to assure you that we will protect Aspen, and as my duty as a cleric Vitris to look into these woods, find the scout, remains or living, and I'll make sure to be protecting Aspen. They will come out safely.
I've heard this promise many times before. But
These will all come out safely.
Yep, all of us.
let's get this over with then. And he will
Please.
Please.
start gesturing towards a very small bridge that crosses the river, that you can easily get your wagons to pull across with. Badu more or less walks on foot since it's not very far, and will pull up next to, like, literally the edge, probably about 10 feet away from where the trees start. Give me some perception checks from everybody.
All right.
Oh boy.
Yippee.
Not the best, not the worst.
There's some nice rolls.
Nice.
No,
Damn it, yeah.
I opened my mouth.
Some nice rolls and
Get it out early.
Nice rolls and then that.
I will need a perception check from Damien as well.
Teamwork.
You should just have to click the perception button on your character sheet. Makar, are you there?
Yes, just figuring this out. Some knots happen. Just trying to pull it up. It's not.
Is it taking
It's
a
not.
second to load?
Yeah, it's just not loading right now. For some reason his marker's up, but he doesn't have. Yeah, for some reason his marker's up, but his character sheet isn't. It might. I'm not sure if it's just showing the. I'm not sure if it's just showing the, like, the actual token, or I'm not sure if it's just showing the token immediately rather than the
Oh, you've dropped the token
character
in,
sheet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to just under the actors page, you just have to click on your characters. You shouldn't have to drag or drop. Once you click it, it should open.
The little dude at
Got
the top of
auto
the.
logged out, maybe?
And you can also click the pop out button if you want to separate it from the current window. Were you able to get it open?
I'm gonna reload the page and try again.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Most of the time, reloading will
Yep.
fix any issues.
And don't fret, it may take like a minute sometimes.
Foundry is amazing as
Yeah,
it
there may
is
be.
finicky.
Yeah, there's probably going to be some more technical difficulties as we proceed with this. Just letting you know.
Question: Have you've
Not the
used
best of.
you haven't
in
used
really weird.
Foundry that much before, right?
I have used Foundry before, but it's been a long while.
Okay.
I know how
Because-
I know how some of the stuff operates.
So, just quick question: do you have hardware acceleration turned on? Because if you don't, Foundry
There.
will chug.
What's hardware acceleration? Never heard of it before.
It's a setting for your browser. You'll have to go into like the browser's actual setting. Let's see. I'm using Google Chrome, for example. So it'd be under like systems, I believe. No, performance? No. Where's this at? Oh yeah, I guess it is systems. They renamed it in here. It says graphics acceleration. But yeah, as long as you have that setting turned on, Foundry will run a lot more smoothly, or try to. Should have checked with you about this prior, but it didn't seem like you were having issues at the time.
Yeah, is this in the? Just a quick question: Is this in Foundry, like
No,
the
no, this
Foundry
is
browser? Is this like?
you need to go to the browser setting. So there's usually like dots somewhere, and there should be a tab that says
Yeah.
settings. What browser are you using?
Safari.
Safari.
Called it.
Yeah, Safari.
Ba-ba-ba-ba. Chrome, Firefox, Edge, Opera, Safari. Oh, interesting. It doesn't say that there's an option for that for Safari. Or it's been removed.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't show it from my side either. So
Okay.
this might just be how it runs.
Alright,
I have the character sheet up.
Okay, go ahead and hit the perception button and roll a check for me. Okay. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, I say everyone but
that way-
Ski and Vegas will take notice. Along the edges of the woods, there are individual, like, not quite spears, but like wooden poles sticking out of the ground, and attached to them are several more of these carved bone looking charms. They seem to almost kind of like form a perimeter around the edge of the woods. They're spaced out decently enough apart that it's hard to notice that there are several of them, but once you've taken notice of one, you see another, and then you see another, and they keep going, like, off into the distance.
Curious.
Madhu will look to the party and just let out a heavy sigh. Well, I hope I am wrong. We'll hopefully see you when you get back.
Hopefully with a scout in tow.
Hopefully, indeed.
When we all come back alive, you owe me a ale.
Yeah, well, don't take too long. If your mother finds out and she comes asking questions,
Then we all die, yes.
I mean, I will probably die first.
Tanya just folds her arms across her chest with this sort of pouting expression on her face. It's this continual talk about this nightmare of a woman that is apparently Aspen's mother.
At this point, Madhu will walk back towards the village, but stop at the bridge to kind of like watch just to see if you all actually go in or not.
Damien's going to. Did you say that you said that the bridge is wide enough for a wagon to go across?
Yes. So you could have taken your wagon
Okay.
if you wished.
Yeah. So Damien's going to climb it. Damien's going to climb into his wagon, and Damien's going to climb into his wagon, get into the front seat. He's going to go to the front seat and start the wagon turning along going forward, slightly ahead of the group.
You're taking your wagon in?
Well, if we need security, may as well have. With the winters here, it would be great to have more than one. It would be greater to have more than one roof available.
Should we bring ours then? Looks to the rest of the crew.
I think we
I
should.
don't want to lose the Rio in the woods, personally.
Well, the Rocksteady should. It's going to be tight, but we can fit
Works
more
for
in
me.
there.
They might have to leave it behind at some point and come back to it, but will likely be a fair bit of travel in there.
So we're all gonna just sleep in the Rocksteady?
I mean, I've got this ring. I could probably sleep underneath it.
I can sleep on
No.
any floor.
Don't be sleeping outside.
But it is nice spring weather. It is nice time to just sleep outside.
Aspen can sleep outside if they want to.
I was talking to Vanya. Don't sleep under the wagon. If something happens, I'm never gonna forgive myself.
It won't be your problem if I've willingly gone outside, Charlotte. Come on. Anyway,
Charlotte's
let's pile onto this Rocksteady. Let's get going.
Now, before we take off,
Mhm.
Charlotte is going to get out that charm she acquired from that one merchant and try to hang it up somewhere within the Rocksteady.
Okay. It's fairly easy to do. You can find an open space where perhaps some cooking utensils were placed, and then just hang it up on one of the hooks there.
The woman said that it might be enough for a whole group, so Damien's wagon should hopefully also be safe.
All right. Well, let's get in.
All right. So we push into the woods. The path forward is surprisingly not too difficult. There's less snow here, so you can see more of the ground, as well as more of um, the leaves that have mostly fallen off as well. As you push further in, you begin to just kind of like take note of what's going on in the area. Can I get perception checks from everybody?
Ah, sure thing.
It's such a bright dice.
Oh, that perception.
I see everything.
It's it and Damien.
Wow, that was so delayed.
I apparently uploaded every bit of music except for one, so
Whoop.
Oh, that sucks.
there we go.
Happens to me.
I've got it now.
I'd forgotten to upload a map once. That was fun.
Okay. Unless I stupidly put it somewhere else. I don't think I did. No, because it wasn't even in the files. Alright. Alright. So, we have 16, 10, 14, 6, 23, 26. Okay. I will say that Charlotte, Damien, and Isette, as you are venturing into the woods, you kind of like take note of the surroundings, and a lot of the trees look similar in just kind of like size and shape, and it's kind of off-putting, but what really gets to you after a little bit is that you don't hear anything, like, at all. The sound of the wagon and the crunching of leaves is the only real sound that catches your ear. It doesn't sound like there are any birds, animals, insects, anything for like miles.
Oh.
The wagons pull further and further into the woods, and as you get deeper, you start to look for trails, tracks, anything, any signs of people who have come before. And there isn't anything of note. Most of the leaves litter the ground, and there's no real sign of any other wagons that have possibly come before you. You push on further, not really sure which direction you're going now. I will say about an hour has passed, and you have seen nothing different. Would you like to keep pushing on?
Nothing's stopping us.
Oh man, I totally missed what you said because I was distracted. I'm so sorry.
Essentially, there's been no evidence of life, any creature, bird, insect, anything.
Stop
Oh,
the
so it looks
wagons
like the
for a
shadow
sec.
fell out here. Got it.
Well, it doesn't look like the shadow fell. It looks like a normal, like, forest. You just don't hear any animals, insects, or the like.
Fair. Still push on for now, I guess. Eerie, but we don't seem to be in active danger at least.
I think Vegas wanted us to stop.
Do you have something, Go?
I wanted to stop the wagons for a sec.
Okay. You
And
kind of signal
take a-
towards Damien and to pull over for a second, and the two wagons come to a stop.
So taking a look outside, there's absolutely nothing around. Or is there like forestry around?
I mean, there's trees, and the ground is just covered in leaves and broken branches.
I want to tie. Are we taking like a specific path?
You're moving between trees where there's availability. There are some tighter spaces that are a little bit too difficult for the wagons to maneuver, but you're finding just enough space to get through a lot of the areas.
So there's no particular like beaten path, is what I'm trying to ask.
Yeah, there's no beaten path. You were just going through the woods.
Okay, I want to find like the furthest reaching sort of limb of a tree or whatever and tie a piece of cloth or ribbon around it,
Okay.
and then we can keep going.
All right. You string it up real quick just to make sure that it's visible, and there's something that kind of like catches your interest after you put it up, and you didn't really
Yeah.
notice it at first. There's no wind.
Huh.
It's just hanging there. It's not blowing in a breeze, and it has been breezy and cold since you've arrived to Oria.
Right. And we've like it's cold enough that we've seen our breaths when we've been outside here thus far, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do I see my breath?
I will say that it's still cold, and you can still see your breath to a degree, but it's not as noticeable as before.
Right. But air still functions like air, so like okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's interesting. Note taken. I'm gonna get back in the wagon.
We haven't walked straight into the astral sea yet.
All right. Pushing further in, just taking available paths where possible. It's more points you find that the wagon does have to push a bit further uphill, that there is a little bit of a mountainous area, but there are still trees all around. You, along the way, take time every so often to tie up another colored piece of cloth in order to denote a way forward or back. You continue on for, I'd say, another hour or so, and the terrain hasn't really changed too much, and you're getting weird suspicions that you're not sure exactly where you are at this point. You knew the woods were big, but you feel like there should have been some kind of change other than just the elevation.
Well, you didn't have to tell me that I felt lost.
What time of day is it?
Yeah, I would say that you arrived to the village probably closer to about, like, maybe 1 or 2 in the afternoon. So now you're pushing into the woods. It's getting a bit later afternoon. But it's not quite dark yet.
Can we still see the sun then?
The sun's mostly hidden by clouds, but you can still get like the sense of like light from the sky.
Would there be enough directionality in it to use it as a compass point?
I'd say make a survival check.
Still bad.
That's pretty good. All right, what's 17? You take note of the sky for a bit, where there's openings in the tree canopies, and you do see that where some of the clouds part, that you can see the rays of light being directed from a specific direction, letting you know which direction the sun is currently moving towards, since it's supposed to be setting at this point, or getting close to that direction. With that knowledge in hand, you're able to determine which way, in the moment, is north. It is slightly the direction you're heading. You are going northwest at the moment. So you are going deeper into the woods.
That is the direction we want to be heading, right?
Yes.
Okay. Aspen's going to stay fairly quiet then.
Question while we're here.
Mhm.
As we've been traveling, I've still got my sense of direction as to where to lead us out, right?
Yes.
Or is there something? Is it like still like that sort of uncomfortable, basically a magical effect or something affecting my ability to recall the direction?
You still feel pretty confident in knowing which direction you came in. And with Vegas's signs that they basically left behind to kind of like tag where you've been, you feel pretty safe in that assumption.
And even easier to follow our route back. Okay, cool.
Going Hansel and Gretel mode.
Yeah, at least it's not breadcrumbs.
What if Hansel and Gretel were the actual villains?
We definitely know we're making progress forward then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pushing on.
Oh, we're gonna push on.
All right. I will say, over the course of the next 2 hours, the wagons push deeper into the woods. At some point, though, you notice that the trail does get a bit denser. And while the wagons are still making it through okay, it is getting a bit tighter. Some of this woodland area is getting too heavy for the wagons to safely move through. But you feel like you could probably get a bit more distance before actually having to think about trying to go on foot.
Yeah, I was about to ask, is this getting dangerous for the wagons now, or is it just hard for them to
It's
navigate?
not so much dangerous. The ground itself is relatively stable, and the changes in elevation aren't any steep to make it a threat. The trees are just getting to where they're growing closer together, so it's a bit harder to move. Not too uncommon in the forest.
How have the drafts been acting this whole time?
The draft horses seem fine at the moment. They're still
Right.
pushing on.
Okay.
Does Damien see any? Since he's since he's at the front, does Damien see anything up ahead or coming up?
Go ahead
Up
and make me a
from where he's
perception
situated?
check.
Alrighty. Well,
With the 12 and being up front, you try to like get a bearing on which way the group should move, and it's still strange. The trees all look very similar, but they're mostly undisturbed. You can tell that there's not really been much, if any, sign of any type of mortal intervention into these woods. It is almost pristine in a way that it is untouched by nature, or nature left to its own devices, but is also devoid of most everything else that you would know that would come with the woods. But eventually, you do take note that the path is starting to get a lot heavier. You may suggest that there could be a safer area to pull off to maybe set up a site to work from.
Damien's going to start to slow down his wagon and raise a signal up to the wagon behind to stop.
That'd be the Rocksteady, right?
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
Goat
Yep.
Wagon.
Yeah, Aspen will see the signal and slow it down. Bring it to a stop.
Damien's going to hop off. Damien's going to hop off his wagon and walk up to the Rocksteady. The path ahead. The path ahead is not going to. The path ahead. Path ahead is. The path ahead is looking to be more. Is looking to be denser than we originally thought. It may not be safe to bring the wagons any further.
Duh, I was worried about that. We will have to hitch them up and continue on foot, I suppose.
Do you have any scouts in your party? Anybody we can use to search ahead?
Vanya.
The mouse is very good at scouting things out.
Alrighty.
I'm good at keeping hidden, not necessarily scouting properly.
Vanya, who has literally done nothing but scouting in the last dungeon.
Vanya, you got this.
Alright.
Alright. Alright. We'll cut through. Alright, let's see if we can find a way around this area and get back to him.
Okay.
Damien is going to kind of move forward, and as he's moving forward, Vanya sees his hand kind of shift a bit, and Thieves Can't, and the message in Thieves Can't says, "Move left, I move right." And he begins to start moving right. He begins to start taking the direction right
There's
along the path.
quick nod in response to the hand sign, and she's gonna go ahead and head in the direction.
Okay, is there anything that Damien would find? Is there anything that Damien sees as he's going through the right side of the area? Or the right side of this path, looking for a way around the thick foliage?
I will say, as you are navigating around, you notice that while the woods itself seems to be getting denser in some areas, there is an area that is a bit more opening up onto the right. It's a bit more spacious. There are a couple trees that look like they have been, that have fallen over. They've been sitting there for a while, so it does not look like anything that has happened recently. But it could make for a good place to park the wagons.
Damien's going to grab this curio from his bag. It looks like this box with a lens and some sort of flash bulb at the top of it, and he's going to press the button, and a little card slips out the bottom with an image of the area, and he's going to start walking back.
Alright.
How about on this left side?
Give me perception or investigation. Or survival. Any of the three.
We're gonna do perception because it's the best of those three.
Okay. 15. Moving further along the left side of the dense part of the woods, you notice that there looks like there is a sign of a river that once ran through here. It has long since dried up. The entire, what would be the river bed itself, is just covered in leaves, rocks, and dead branches. The trail itself seems to go off further, suggesting that maybe that this might lead towards the sea. So you have a reasonable idea that maybe if you follow this long enough, you might be able to cut back towards the coast.
Good to know. Have I seen anything else sort of odd on that route, other than the dried out river, which is kind of actually sort of odd?
No. Besides the fact that you've been in the woods for about 4 hours now and you haven't really heard anything, you haven't even felt the breeze.
Yeah.
It's just dead air.
Would have probably thought that was the ring at first, but then not noticing any like branches or anything moving. After a little while, she'll turn around and try and regroup.
Okay. Give me one more perception check.
Yep. As well as moving back to the group, probably sneakily as well. Just
Okay.
paranoia starting to set in with it being so quiet.
Go ahead and roll stealth then. Very nice. With an 18, as you're heading back, your ear perks for a moment, and you hear the very, very faintest sound of a branch snap. And it kind of pulls your attention into like a southeastern direction, somewhat of like the
Oh.
direction of where the wagon had been coming from.
Do I see anything, or is it just hearing it?
You just hear it. And glancing back that way, you don't see anything.
I'm gonna move towards that noise,
Okay.
but kind of using that stealth.
Yeah. The 25's good. You start making your way towards where you heard the sound, moving back into the woods, and just listening, trying to pick up any faint trace of where it could have come from, any sign of any broken branches, besides the ones that were already scattered about on the floor. Give me one more perception check.
I was gonna say, do I see any tracks or anything like that?
Yeah, looking about, it's too hard to determine where that sound would have come from. All the leaves and branches scattered across the ground make it too difficult to really note anything.
Yeah, with that, I'm gonna keep heading back now. A little quicker than I was sneaking out the direction, if just to check if someone was trying to follow up, basically.
All right. Yeah, you make your way back towards where the dried up riverbed is, and then back up the path to where the wagons are waiting. Damien, you arrive about the same time.
Damien's going to sign the Vanya in Thieves' Cant again, and kind of ask anything of note.
Just vocally. She's gonna respond, dried riverbed, and I heard something out there. Something snapped a twig. Was that you?
Oh, no, I was over by the. No, I just found the clearing here found the clearing for the wagons. I didn't hear anything.
Was that any of you? Looks to the wagons.
Not me.
No.
Not me.
Didn't hear anything.
And there's something out here with us.
I feel like that would be less concerning if there were other signs of life.
Yep.
Well, either way, it's a good sign.
Oh, good, maybe. There could be. I mean, there could be someone else out here. I didn't want to call out just in case, but
It's good because we're either going to find one of the lost quickly, or deal with the trouble out here quickly.
Vanya kind of reaches for around her neck and then realizes that the necklace isn't there anymore and kind of starts fiddling with like the ring on her finger, just kind of twisting it.
Whoopsie.
suppose there are no odds that that branch breaking was the scout. It's never that easy.
Well, I mean, I trust Damien's movements at the moment, and well, I haven't met anyone else who knows the hand signs quite as well. So,
What else did you see down there?
yes, the dried riverbed. It looked like it heads towards the ocean, but I mean, it could as well just lead to a lake in the trees somewhere. But it was heading towards the coast. I know that much.
Well, let's find a way to clear the foliage here first. Here's what I found. He pulls out the picture. He pulls out the picture from earlier. It's this slightly grainy black and white photograph of this or this kind of grainy picture of this little clearing, like perfect size for the wagons. It should be just down this path that we take the right.
All right, lead the way, I guess.
I am tempted, though. It's 22 sessions into this campaign, finally using one of my base abilities, just kind of with what Vanya mentioned, and with the seeming lack of any other activity around us so far. I think I might want to just take a minute just around where the wagons are currently parked to try this. Find a friend in fauna to see any presence of actual, beast type creatures within a 1 mile radius of where we are.
Nice. Okay. I'll say you'll probably do this as the wagons are being pulled into this clearing. So you have time to, like, study the area. And, shifting through, just kind of, like, checking the underbrush and looking for any signs that any kind of beast would have been in this area, at least within a mile. There doesn't appear to be anything at all. There is no dried up tracks, there's no droppings, there's no anything. There's no sign that even, like, insects have been, like, working through, like, any of the underbrush or any under the dead leaves or branches.
Oh. I guess that goes to confirm it. Whatever is out there is certainly not something you'd expect to find out in the woods.
Well, thank you for the information, but making things less concerning, you didn't do.
Oh, that's not going to be until we finally exit back out of the woods where we came from, I think.
Yeah.
Then we'll have the very charming opportunity to see the looks on the faces of the others, seeing us be the first to return.
All the more reason to hurry up. Let's go.
Alright. With a little bit of time, you get the Rocksteady, and Damien, what is your wagon?
It is a modified rock study.
The modified Rocksteady. Got it. Alright. So you get both the wagons set up. There's enough of a clearing here that you have space to see the sky, at least in a much better light. The sun is still hidden by just kind of like the gloomy clouds overhead. And you're able to essentially move some of these very, like, old dead trees out of the way, and can even take time to set up like a campfire if you'd wish.
As long as I'm not going to get any guards pulling into a city because of it.
You obviously will have to keep the you've got plenty of dead branches and leaves to use as fuel, and plenty of rocks to like pull together for such. But with no wind, there's no real risk of it, spreading.
Can I just real quick, while we're talking about things personally persecuting me, notice that the one survival roll I did that isn't cooking turned out great.
Yeah, we're gonna get you to do one around this campfire soon. So
Yeah,
cursed-
I'll start helping with the campfire.
You gotta show our guests how
The
good you are at
chef's
cooking.
curse.
Yeah, the chef's curse.
Oh no, I can't help you.
Dios mío, the chef's curse.
Alright. With the campsite more or less set up, and basically using these fallen trees as kind of like seating, you have a little base of operations now that you could use to explore from. The more pressing area ahead is the thicker, denser part of the woods. But you do notice that there's less light coming through the treetops from here because of how dense the trees are.
Do we want some food before we set out from here?
Yes.
yeah, definitely.
Do you have any? I have some cooking. I have some. Do you have any cooking supplies of yours, or do you have any cooking supplies with you?
We have an oven in the Rocksteady.
And we stocked up on supplies before we left.
Mm-hmm.
I have some.
Us.
I have some baking. I have some baking supplies and such. If you need any, if you want any bread and such.
Fresh bread is always good.
Damien's going to head into his wagon, and he comes back. He comes back with a small. He comes back with a small basket filled with rolls. Rolls and sets them by the campfire.
And Aspen's gonna head into their Rocksteady and start trying to put something together. Probably just sort of like kind of a fry up, just substituting with vegetables for Vanya.
Okay. Go ahead and give me your survival roll. Very nice.
Sick.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
With Damien's addition of bread, you pull up a very, very nice stir fry that you think will be very helpful for the entire group. Anyone participating in Aspen's meal, you can roll a d6 and gain temporary HP.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Wowie.
Oof.
Woo!
Dante, did you up your counter yet, or do I need
I
to?
did not.
All right, you are at 4 out of 10.
Yay, progress. I'm just happy for any progress at this point. It's been so long.
So remind me again, is it just D6?
Yes, 1d6, and then yeah, you'll have a little temp HP next to the hit point bar that you can just put that
Yep.
in there. So it takes a little bit of time to get food prepped and cooked, and around this point, you do notice that the sun is getting closer to the ground, and it is getting a bit darker, with the campfire starting to become the primary source of light. What is
As
your
it-
plan of action?
Yeah, I was gonna say, as it gets a little darker, I'd like to find like a nearby tree or something that's close enough to either of the wagons. I don't mind which.
Okay.
That I can climb the side of the wagon and then kind of get up onto the tree.
Okay. Say you'd be able to do that with relative ease. Are you
And
just
then,
climbing up towards the top, or?
No, just to get high enough above that, you're not going to initially kind of see. Most people don't look up, so the idea is that I'm set up so I can kind of look over the camp, just to do a bit of a watch for a little while.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and give me a perception check since you're up there.
Did you want it as a private roll, the way you said that?
No. You can roll it open. Ooh. Okay. While you're up into the trees, you get a weird sense. And you've had, like, weird senses since you've kind of got in here. Everything about this place is weird. But this is a different kind of weird. This is, kind of like an eyes on prey kind of sense.
Like something predatory is looking at me, or I'm getting the feeling of looking at prey.
A bit of both. You do notice for a moment what might have possibly been a figure. A humanoid-ish shape. Like, just along the edges of the trail that you had come from. But your attempt to, like, squint and look further can't really perceive it that much anymore.
Is there anyone else outside right now? Or has people gone into the wagons?
I think Aspen's still outside.
Damien's outside. Damien's outside. He's kind of almost hovering around, like almost like just keeping, kind of like he's just scanning around, walking around the wagon.
Vanya's gonna kind of do a little bit of a whistle to try and grab either of your attentions. And depending on whose attention she gets, she's gonna react differently. So,
Damien hears the whistle, and his eyes and his head kind of shifts in up to your direction, and now he's looking right at you.
Yeah, in Thieves' Cant, just kind of the hand signs one figure and then points in the direction that she saw it.
Damien opens up his hand and starts making a signal. Come back. Basically, like, any features?
Just shakes her head to that.
He nods and then kind of gestures for her to come back down.
Yep. And she'll just kind of hop down. Landing carefully and kind of walking up, trying to get Aspen's attention as well.
Duh.
I saw something. Or someone, maybe. I didn't get a good enough look. They were on the way in that we took.
Oh, wonderful. Could be scout, could be ghost.
I had a feeling that if it's the scout, they'd probably have come to us. But I don't know. You know that feeling you get when you're being watched?
They are a dungeon scout. They would probably recognize wagons as being a friendly sight. So, that's probably not a good thing.
Either way, I think we should have someone always on watch tonight. If they see anything, then they raise an alarm.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Awesome. So,
In fact,
with that
I'm
being mentioned, who would like to take what kind of watch shifts?
I think we should take watches in pairs.
Works for me.
That's enough.
I do not want a ghost making someone disappear alone in the middle of the night.
Ski, you with myself?
Sounds fine to me.
And how about we take the last watch?
All right. So third watch for
Whatever you
Vanya
think
and
is fine.
Iski.
I could take watch for their new friend.
I'll take first watch.
Who do you want to do the watch with?
Anyone really?
You've got a set in Vegas.
How many people are missing partners? Yeah.
It's just Charlotte.
Yeah. Technically, all three of you could as well if you want.
Oh, girls' night.
Woo woo.
I'm so sorry, I have to be here.
I'll do it with you, Charlotte, because now there's one less of us in this conversation.
Do I need to roll perception?
No. Essentially, we were setting up watch shifts for the night. Iski and Vanya are taking third. It sounds like Damien and Aspen are going to be second, and Charlotte, Vegas, and Iset are going to be first.
Sounds good.
But with that, I will ask for perception checks from Charlotte, Vegas, and Iset for your first watch.
Okey-doke.
First shift.
Me,
Woo!
do I need to roll
That's fine.
perception? You, no, but also yes.
Close enough.
Okay. The first watch seems to go by relatively quietly. Iset, as the just sound of the campfire being the only real source of noise for just miles around, something does catch your eye for a moment. And you see up in one of the nearby trees, just kind of sitting on one of the branches, what appears to be a small bird. And it looks at you very specifically, like staring at you, but it's not showing off like what you personally would perceive to be normal bird motions.
Oh.
I'd say you could give me an intelligence check to kind of maybe intelligence or nature or even arcana, actually. Dealer's choice.
These rolls are all identical for me, so I'm just going to roll
Alright.
intelligence.
Oh yeah. Looking at it for even just a little bit, you take note of what it actually is. This is a carrion companion. A very familiar one, in fact.
Oh,
You've seen this
It's that
particular bird before.
a long time ago now.
As it watches you for a moment, it picks up itself off the branch and then flies off into a certain direction, back towards the path that you came from. Sort of like it's signaling to you.
Mm-hmm. Might as well follow.
Follow what?
Yeah. How do you mention anything to Charlotte or Vegas, who are on shift with you?
I think I saw something. I'm going to go investigate. You two stay here.
All right. Just
There you go.
let us know there's a problem.
Naturally.
All right.
Would it be funny if I like stealth rod of angling tried to cast the hook like onto Iset's belt or some shit, just to have a tether?
I don't feel like you could really get that much distance.
What if I conjure a nat 20?
All right. I will say, roll
No,
me
I'm
a.
kidding. I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do that.
All right. You both watch as the set heads back somewhat towards the direction you came in. Relatively well-trodden path at this point. And, Aset disappears around the corner. So you roll in just to see.
It rolled off that 20, and I was like, no way.
That would have been so fucking funny.
Would you have let it happen if I let? Nah, I'm fucking with
Anyways, as you move back down the way you came, you see the bird again, waiting on a nearby branch, and once you make eye contact with it, it flies off a little bit further, heading back towards the direction Vanya originally scouted.
Hmm.
And as you get closer towards where this dried up riverbed is, you can see the bird eventually does find its target and lands on a familiar canine figure who pulls their hood down and smiles in your direction. It's been a while.
We meet again, yes.
I caught word that you were heading this direction. Didn't quite know if I was going to catch up with you in time or not.
So you're following me then. What for?
How do I put this bluntly? You're being tested.
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot more going on in this woods than what you've been told, or what you may have heard. There's actually a beast that roams the woods. A beast of unnature. I believe, with your guidance in this direction, you are meant to fell this creature. Or at least try to.
Very well then. I'll admit I'm a bit busy right now, but
Well, I imagine your desire to find the missing dungeon scout will lead you to the beast.
then I suppose we can catch two birds with one stone, so to speak.
He slightly chuckles, like raising a finger up to his bird on his shoulder. Yes, well, it will be a challenge, for certain. This creature is old. Very old. Not quite you old, but older than I am, older than your crew is. It's been
Even
here.
a Dramphinian.
I noticed he wasn't with you.
He's unfortunately had his own matters to deal with.
But you also have that brethren with you. Very interesting fellow.
Freshly picked up, yes. Anything you know about him in particular?
Not much. The Sinful Sisters do not tend to talk about many other individuals of interest unless it is for me to know. But he definitely has his own ties to Unnature in a way. They're unclear. He might be dangerous.
Interesting. Well, I'll make sure to keep that in mind.
Well, with any luck, you won't need my assistance, but I'll try to keep an eye out for you.
Thank you.
Slight pause for just a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Damien, give me a stealth roll.
Oh.
Oh.
Whoa!
Oh my god.
Ghost.
Alright. So, Damien, you, overhearing the slight conversation from earlier, managed to sneak out of your wagon without anyone noticing, and you follow Aset into the woods. Noticing the very unusual bird she is following, before you lay your eyes upon what appears to be a carrion ranger. They start conversing, and I will say that you are very easily able to overhear this entire conversation. What would you like to do?
So, Damon is going to cast invisibility, and there's this there isn't much. Damien walks. Damien kind of sneaks behind. What was the name of the Karen Ranger?
Jack.
All of a sudden, as you two are talking, Jack. All of a sudden, Jack's head is almost pulled back, and Damien and his knees kind of buckle. Well, he's in a kneeling position. Damien appears. His hand looks like the hand to the back of his head looks like there's these black veins that are just snaking through the hand, and in a tone you haven't heard before. In a tone you haven't heard before from so far, one just seething with anger, he says, "Listen very closely. If you or your defiled creatures move an inch, he dies. Speak out of turn, disobey a word I say, lie, refuse to answer anything I ask, and I promise you, all that will be left for you to raise is powder. Why are you here, defiler?"
Are you directing this question towards Jack or Aset?
Generally towards them both.
Okay. Jack, completely caught off guard by the sudden ambush, is very easily restrained at this point. The bird flies off towards a nearby branch, but does not move further. And Jack just kind of like looks over to his set and kind of lets out a bad exhale. Dangerous indeed. Mind helping a little bit?
First warning.
What I'm doing
Is-
here is follow an old friend. to discuss some personal matters. What do you think you're getting yourself involved with?
My brother. I know why. I don't need this. I don't need to say why I'm here with the filer. I don't need to explain anything to you. Now answer my question. So I'm gonna go back a bit on that. He kind of looks down at Jack and says, "Why are you here?"
I am assigned to watch over Aset's progress. She is being tested.
What is the test?
To slay one of Baronet's most vile creations.
Does your crew know? He looks up at Aset. Does your crew know?
Do
Does
they
your
need
crew
to?
know what you do?
I think
Yes.
my actions to speak to themselves before they speak to them just perfectly fine by themselves, I feel.
It starts with a test. It always starts with a test. Soon, one day, if you continue down this path, you will tear apart everything you've worked for. And you do this for some kind of justice?
I
Or
didn't
some
say
kind
that.
of... Do it for some kind of lazy attempt at power over something you cannot possibly understand.
Listen here, Junior. I've been around for most of this world existence. I think I know perfectly goddamn well what I'm doing.
I will never. You spit and name the ceiling. Me taking these terrible rights. I cannot get all the Damien kind of Damien looks like he is so Damien looks like he is like the generally calm person you normally see. This guy looks like he's about to just like he is barely stopping himself from going berserk.
I'll say, at this point, can I get perception checks from Aset, Damien, Vegas, and Charlotte? I'll roll one for Jack, too.
Well,
Jack don't see shit right now.
You cannot avoid
Vegas.
annihilation.
Okay. Aset and
15?
Damien, while you are having this standoff, you both gain something towards your attention. And it's something you haven't felt since you've arrived in these woods. And it is a breeze. It just kind of pushes over both of you in a very cold, kind of chilling manner. And you feel that it is coming from the denser part of the woods. And as you look back towards that direction, you hear a very deep, gutturling growl. And we're going to take a break.
Ah!
Oh,
Oh,
Here.
oh, spaghettios.
no.
Ritual time.
Gosh, damn! I am gonna go get a drink and
Yeah.
process what just happened.
I'm gonna go stretch my legs.
I would say stretch my legs, but I know I'm gonna stand up and pinch the nerve in my knee again and cry for about an hour. I'll be right back.
I'll carry you downstairs.
I am back.
Welcome.
Ahoy.
Our
Brave.
I was not expecting a set to be called out this early, but we ball. I enjoy it. Now whether or not the rest of us find out is going to be another thing.
You wouldn't have pinged Priest, Duro.
With here?
Yeah, because he's offline. Here doesn't get people that are offline. Just at everyone.
Oh,
Here is just specifically people that are online in the server and channel.
got it.
I'm here.
Hello, Norman.
Yeah.
6 hours remain.
Ah,
When D&D finishes for me and Dante, it'll be 6 a.m. And then 4 hours later is Dawn Trail.
Chances that it's going to be up and running.
Oh,
Pretty
how long's
good.
the wait?
very
at you?
good.
Okay.
It's the queue. So that the issue, they had one expansion where they had login issues, and it wasn't even login issues so much as you got to a certain point in the story, and you'd have to go talk to an NPC, and he'd trigger like an instanced story point where you'd have to do a fight in an instance, similar to some of the WoW
Yeah.
challenge fights, and because it was shifting you from one instance, from the world instance to this other instance, there were so many people trying to do it that it couldn't shift you there, so it would just kick you from the server and then you'd have to log back in. But it got so bad at one point that people were forming lines so people could do it.
I've seen that happen in WoW too, yeah.
But that didn't help. So unlike WoW, FF is built on spaghetti. So they're very slowly untangling it as they progress the patches for it. But last expansion, the issue was the 1,000 plus queues that you had to sit through.
Yep.
Um,
Didn't it get
and
to the point that like you couldn't buy the game for a bit?
they had to stop selling the game, yeah, because it got it got too bad. They even turned off the free trial, which is unheard of for the free trial of that game because of how memed it is.
I don't think it's ever been that bad for WoW. I don't think I've ever had to stop sailing or disable the free trial stuff. Like, they've had issues for, like, maybe I'd say, like, the first 4 hours. Like, the last expansion was, like, it was mostly people just trying to get to the islands, and once you got to the island, everything was fine.
This took them, I think, a month upwards to even
Oh,
start
that's really bad,
fixing
yeah.
properly. This
makes
happened
sense
during
why.
the pandemic too, so they couldn't update their systems, their hardware, because there was no silicon to make the chips that they needed for their servers.
Wasn't so much the pandemic; it was the fact that it was in the midst of the big crypto mining bullshit. So they were trying to buy parts that were just being bought out by crypto miners.
They should be better. They brought down all of the servers for 24 hours a little while ago because they were upgrading the infrastructure. So fingers crossed we could get in. It might be an hour or two wait, but that gives me a little time to sleep.
Do they normally have to take the servers offline to get the expansion on?
Yeah, they do a 48-hour shutdown.
Okay.
It's so they because they do a lot. They basically prepare a lot of stuff for it.
Yeah,
But
I know,
they
like,
bring down everything.
Because I know like WoW used to do that for a while, and they would take the servers off for I think at most like it was like 12-ish hours. But now they've gotten to the point where the expansion's basically been pre-installed from like the pre-patch stuff, and then they just have to flip a switch, and that enables the content live without any server restarts. Which the first time they did it, I was blown away. I was like, holy shit, you don't even have to log out anymore. That's amazing.
I don't think they physically can with how jank FF is, because it's still built off of the corpse of 1.0, which was a mess. They want to upgrade the engine, but they physically can't without making a brand new game. But they're slowly making it better. We're getting a graphics overhaul, which is just going to give us better textures and models and stuff. But they're trying to keep it very close to their old models.
Kind of like how WoW did.
Yeah. A little bit more, because the models were quite detailed to begin with. They haven't had to go too far. It's mostly
they
a
still
texture
look
swap.
pretty good. Like the WoW models by comparison were like 2004 polygons.
Yeah. But they're adding like different textures for different materials on the armor and stuff, and the shaders are a lot better, and characters are going to look less like less smooth and a bit more like actual skin. It looks really good. Having seen the changes, though. Just have to wait for it to go live.
The odds of it being up and live and working are pretty good, considering.
It's just getting into the servers.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's summertime.
I still remember back when I used to play WoW, the one that made me laugh the most was the garrison.
Oh god.
Yeah, it was broken for just Horde side because of how the triggering sequence was supposed to work.
Oh, it was broken for Alliance side too. I only played Alliance back then. It was fucked.
On our servers, yeah. It was both Horde and Alliance, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was mostly Horde from what I was reading because of how the garrison trigger was set up. And that didn't surprise me because I went through a lot of the beta testing for Warlords, and there was so much like you guys have to fix so much more for this can actually go live.
Actually, that is the best equivalent for that crash. The server issues was the garrison.
Yeah.
That just not working was very similar to what we call Raubon Extreme.
Raubon Savage.
Raubon Savage, sorry. But they had they learned their lesson from them. They haven't added an instanced quest like directly after because it was like an hour or two into the expansion. I can imagine if it was a couple of hours in, it wouldn't be so bad. But a couple more hours in, I should say, it wouldn't have been so bad. But because it was basically one of the first major things you have to do, everyone was getting to it pretty damn quickly.
There was a lot of private or like single player instances during the Legion one because everyone was doing their individual artifact quests to get their weapons.
Mm-hmm.
I know that one. Surprisingly, also no server stability issues of any kind that I can remember for that. That one I essentially
we were there for that.
Yeah, I went in and grabbed like my artifact weapon on a character. And I did like a couple of different characters, just like getting the artifact weapon before actually starting questing in the
yeah, I remember that one being pretty smooth. I remember Wrath of the Lich King having some issues here and there.
The boat.
Yeah. Just dump you all in the ocean.
All of that, somehow that fucked the Stranglethorn boat as well, and that one just dumped you in the middle of Stonetail Mountains. Again.
I dislike this GIF, and I've been absolutely certain what you're about to throw at us since you gave us the poem in in that dungeon.
Whatever could you mean?
And I've been sat here dreading it ever since.
Yeah, it wasn't a lead or anything. Don't worry about
I'm
it.
back.
Welcome back.
Oh, perfect.
I mean, that's all of us.
That looks
Howdy
like to be
do.
everyone. All right. So, the set, Jack, and Damien, you can hear this deep, guttural growl coming from the tree lines. At which point Jack is kind of looking up towards Damien. We need to run now.
Don't get out of my sight. He lets go. He, with hesitation, looking in that direction, turns back and says, "Don't get out of my sight. Let's go, Jack."
I'll be the judge of that
And
intruder.
Damien gives a set this boiling glare, this boiling death glare, just staring spears into her.
He said is staring back twice as hard. I need to let you know. She is not taking this. You come into my house.
Once you let go of Jack, he'll whistles his bird back to him and very quickly starts making his way towards the direction where your wagons are set up. Give me another round of perception checks, including Vegas and Charlotte.
Uh-oh.
Oof.
Ripperoonie.
Oh, is this
Hey,
the whole
got it
party, sorry?
covered.
No.
No, okay.
Just
People
first one.
awake right now.
Okay. Well, this is
14.
perfect. So, Charlotte and Vegas, you both notice from the tree line a weird, dense fog starting to push out. It is black like the night.
Is it encircling us?
It's slowly making its way towards the camp. And as you begin to take notice of it, you see a set return with two more people in tow, one of which is Damien, and another is a canine you've never seen before.
Crazy. Isette, what did you do?
Don't worry about it.
What
Don't
is
Worrying
that?
about it, pointing to the black mist.
And you need to wake the
Yes,
others
worry
now.
about that.
All right.
Right.
Charlotte is going to head to the Rocksteady and is just going to slam her fist on the door.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yep.
Vanya's bolting up. What's going on?
Get up, something's here.
Is it
Picking
time?
up weapons. Yeah.
Oh, it's
Aspen
super
just
time.
like bolt upright, grabs the axe, head side to side, cracks the neck, and just ready to go.
Maybe if you see Dasky, you'll know.
Let's get to it.
Alright. Step out amongst the wagons. Now taking note of an extra individual amongst your group, but mostly the black fog that is pushing through into the campsite. It starts to swirl around towards the backside of the wagons, pushing a lot of you closer towards where the campfire is. Give me a round of perception checks from the whole party.
Woo!
Damien on ball right now with these perception checks.
Well, we did good.
Let's see, 20, 18, 21, 14, 17, 28. Ooh. Alright.
Are we in, like, it's dark out, right?
Yes.
Can I have Aspen just reach into one of the pouches and just pull out the drift globe?
Okay.
Yeah.
Illuminate.
The moon touched is out as well, so
Got
there's
it.
light coming from the rapier.
You're just
Charlotte-
emanating the light spell from the drift globe, right?
I'm gonna get it to do its hover thing as well,
Got it.
so I don't have to hold it.
What are you doing, Norman?
I was going to cast light on my shield.
Okay. 3 sources of immediate light. Your light pushes against the fog, and you can see it a bit more clearly, and the fog is moving with purpose, like it is alive. You can see it slowly kind of pushing around and engulfing the wagons as it directs and kind of pushes your group towards the campfire. Despite shining the light at it, it doesn't seem to deter it. It doesn't seem to do much of anything. And the fog starts to creep amongst your feet and pushes around the ground beneath you. And as it reaches the campfire, the other source of light is snuffed out. And even with your light sources pushing against this fog, it is very hard to see. And as the fog pushes closer to you, each of your individual light sources goes out.
Oh.
Can I try and reignite mine with the other command word to get it to do the daylight spell?
Okay. Let's see. What level? Ooh. Daylight, huh? Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
There's no, command or roll for it. It's just an option I have the thing, so
Gotcha. So,
Aspen just sort of look to it and just go, soul.
and where are you spreading this, I guess, radius out? Is just from where you're at right now?
Kind of as central to the whole group as possible.
Got it. You push out this daylight spell, and it works. The fog pushes back, and this darkness that had engulfed the entire group for a moment is pushed away, and you see something. There is a horrific looking skeletal figure with a equine looking skull staring directly at your group. And as the light manages to push the darkness away for a moment, you can hear a growl uttering from it before the fog pulls back in. And you can now hear the growling all around you. You don't know where it is.
Damien's gonna whistle, and all of a sudden this pole arm comes out. Pole arm comes out from his pocket. And he is going to basically get. He's going to get in the ready. His pike facing outwards from the campfire.
Okay. The growling sound is now changing directions as it feels almost like it's circling around you. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Cool.
That's not good.
Oh my god! Guys!
Let's go.
That was ability check. I don't know if it's a different. It's. Do you want me to re-roll that? Because I have a +6.
Would you roll?
+3. It's 12.
What would it normally be?
It'd be a 15.
15? Okay.
Creature's
Let's
trying
see.
so hard to be scary, but it's having the opposite effect on a ski.
Ski's getting ideas.
Oh boy. Okay.
Just
so...
going like, I'm not fucking afraid of you, honey.
I'm feeling a little motivated.
All right. So, Jack, Aspen, and Vanya, you are all frightened, and you feel compelled to dart off away from the group.
This is gonna shoot me in the foot as much as it's probably gonna help me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sheathe the rapier and stealth as I run.
All right. The rest of you watch as 3 of your party members have disappeared off into the darkness now. The growling is growing more and more intense. What are you doing?
Crap. Okay. I can't do this.
We got seconds here.
Just gonna get prepared.
You take magic.
What did they say that the effect of the charms we were given were?
That they would protect you from the woods. They weren't super specific, unless you're talking about Charlotte's, which was specifically on nature.
No, I'm talking about the one that Iska gave to us. Or
The one from Iskar. Again,
yeah.
not very specific.
I'll use it. Seems like as good a time as any.
Okay.
This is gonna be a little risky. Of the 3, I'm very sorry. Actually, I'm very sorry, Damien. Did I see which direction Vanya went?
I did say I was trying to sneak as well. Do you want me to roll that?
Yeah,
just
go ahead
in
and roll your
case?
stealth. We'll figure out if you even catch notice. Oh yeah. 16? Yeah, you didn't
9.
see her.
Alright. Eyes are on Damien then.
Yeah, they all ran separate directions.
Shit.
Well, let's say we hunt down this thing before it hunts down our own.
Sounds as good of a plan as any.
You
Let's
hold
stay
it off.
together.
I'm
We
gonna
need
beat
to
it
stay
before you
together.
do, and I charge it. No, I'm kidding.
Alright. You all essentially move out against the fog and quickly lose bearing on your senses. At this point, I would like every person in the group to roll me a flat d20.
Shit.
Fun.
Oh, cool.
This is
Ooh.
going to determine where you end up.
Oh,
Wait, sorry, what are we rolling? Was it...
A flat
It's
d20.
just a d20.
Rolling for Jack. Okay, I'm gonna go from the top down. So Vanya with an 11. Cool. Okay, choose next. Charlotte with an 11. This is gonna be funny.
Vanya also has 11.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Is set with 2. Okay. We'll go on there. Okay. Vegas with a 15. High or low, Gao?
Ooh. Low.
Low it is?
What was that for?
You'll find out.
Sick.
Smiled.
You had one of the more unique tiles. Let's see.
I'm special.
4 puts you here. Oh, okay. All right.
Is that okay for me?
No, it's just very funny. That Eski would end up here first.
I see.
Well,
The
now I'm
dice.
extra excited.
Yeah, the dice tell a story. Okay. Let's see. Damien's here. Okay, and then Aspen is at 9. Okay. Da-da-da-da. And Jackson 12. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Where's Jack? Okay. All right. Are we ready to see the map?
Finally, I can move a token.
Please.
Let's see where this goes.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh.
Welcome to the Lost Woods. Most of you are separated.
Oh. Oh no.
I am now going to gather initiative.
Okie dokie. Where is that on this sheet? Help.
Where's the initiative button?
Oh, there it is. Left side underneath your
Bird.
portrait.
I'm adding people manually.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, okay.
So once you see yourself in the initiative thing, you can go ahead and roll.
Already rolled.
Where's the roll on our new character sheets?
You don't have to
Left
use the
side
character
is-
sheet. You can just use the combat encounters tab.
Also,
That's
yeah,
it.
I used fucking detect magic on the fog earlier and don't think that ever, like, led to anything.
You definitely got a very overwhelming sense of necromancy all around you.
Cool, great.
Alright. Rename Locus new token properly. Oh, okay. Roll check. I need a initiative roll from a ski.
Yeah, there you go.
Alright. That works perfect for that. Alright. Okay. Let's see. If I remember correctly, it is this track. Okay.
I just realized, sorry, I still have a potion of giant size in my inventory. That should have been consumed, right? Unless we didn't get another one, did we?
No.
Okay.
Alright. So, we're going to start with the ski. And pulling vision over in your direction.
Alright.
Since you have dark vision, this is helpful for you. It
Yeah,
is
I mean, I can
very, very
see-
dark where you're at. You are in a surprisingly a little bit more open clearing. The trees are a little bit further around you, save for one very large tree behind you. And as you get a bit more of a sense for your bearings, give me a perception check.
Alrighty.
Ooh.
Cool. She can see, but that doesn't mean that she's paying attention.
You take a moment, just kind of get around and just gain your bearings. And the only there are two things of information, because one of them is going to be extremely obvious that even with a nat 1 it's going to be hard to not notice, but you see an exit amongst the trees to your south. There's an opening. It's hard to see a little bit further past even with your dark vision. But what more importantly gets your attention is that the tree itself, there are humanoid shapes attached to the tree. They appear to be what look like beasts. Specifically, they are wearing very, very old, rusted-looking armor.
So that's where they ended up. And I presume this is like bone protruding out of it and not like,
Yes.
just like a wood shape. Okay. Well, in any case, the beastie that she's so interested in seeing doesn't appear to be here. So I think the call right now is to target myself. Spend a spell slot on mage armor.
Alright.
Since I do appear to be alone for now. And then jam towards the exit. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which I guess doesn't quite get me there. I'll
For
probably
the
be there
sake of
next
taking
round.
our turns, I will say that you will have at least 2 rounds that you can take. So you will have 1 extra action, 1 extra bonus action, and another set of movement as well. So if you'd like to continue moving forward, you can. Now, if you want to
Absolutely.
dash, you can take that. It will change.
Fair. Moving in, so that's 1, 2, and I presume that this area doesn't seem particularly remarkable compared to the last clearing.
Besides the notable tree with the bones, no, this particular clearing looks to be more of what you've seen before. There appears to be a trail that goes to the south, one that goes to the north, and from where you're currently standing, you can see another passage going further north.
Alright, well, hug left. That would be 2, or no, 3, 4, 5, 6. And yeah, might as well just keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that. Ooh, this looks different. But it's also the end of my my second turn worth of actions
Movement?
this round.
Alrighty.
So there's not much else I can do aside from take a little peep at this next area I found myself in.
Alright, Charlotte.
All right. I'm here.
You
I'm
are
going
here.
to slowly advance. R is... Oh, shit. I think I moved 30 feet. No.
It's fine. I will say, because you are both happen to be in the same initiative order, you can share your initiative, especially since you found each other.
The thing
Okay.
is Vanya still frightened?
I was about to ask.
Make me a second wisdom save.
That's going to be a yes.
No. Ah!
Yeah, definitely shaken.
Okay. I have to do this, and I can help you, but this is literally the worst way to do it. I didn't have
what
enough.
You do.
I'm trying to keep you from freaking out. I had a spell ready, but I can't do that. So I have to spend this, but this is for our safety. I'm casting Bless on me and you.
All right.
Make sure to target.
I have protection from good and evil ready.
Yeah, as
I
you
have to touch.
approach, Charlotte, Vanya is huddled, kind of in a ball, just kind of holding her tail and kind of fussing with the fluff on the end and just kind of shaking and glancing around.
Charlotte's gonna just approach, but can clearly see that you might be on the verge of moving. She's gonna reach out.
Yeah, kind of move forwards when she sees you.
Oh, can...
We're allowed to share our...
You're sharing
Okay.
this initiative.
Okay, that helps me so much. So I can change my spell. I can do protection from evil and good.
There you go.
Just gonna reach out and touch Vanya on the shoulder. And cast protection from good and evil. This is a touch concentration spell. Protect against certain type of creatures. So benefits creatures those types of disadvantage attack rolls against the target. Target also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by the frightened or possessed. Target is already charmed, frightened, possessed by such a creature. The target has advantage on a new saving throw against the relevant effect. I mean, if it's a skeleton, I'm gonna say it's undead.
Yep. Guess we'll find out.
Oh. Is it choice or is it like a roster of them? Because
it's just a roster.
Yeah,
it
it
protects
affects
against
all
all
of those.
All right, thank God I had the spell ready. And she's just gonna hold her breath and say, "Please stay here. Do not run off. We are in a very dangerous place." That's my turn.
She's gonna nod in response, drawing the rapier again this time. Does the light not work, or is that back to normal?
The light will work in this area. What's the distance?
15.
There we go. So you pull out the rapier, and you get a little bit of light, and you notice that the fog is just kind of like all around you, but it's not as overwhelming as it was before.
She's gonna load the hand crossbow, the wrist crossbow, and stick incredibly close to Charlotte, and that's my turn.
Okay. Did you guys want to move any further?
You have 2 rounds.
You have 2 rounds worth of actions and movement.
Oh,
Okay.
Which way?
Am I... What would be safer?
I'll always be able to bring us back to this point if we need to.
We should go north.
Right,
because my polar sense, I know north is north. All right, so I could go 30 more feet.
If you move, I'll follow until
15.
Once you're done.
20, 25. Oh.
The woods get denser here, and you realize this is a dead end.
There's nothing here. It's too thick.
Then we go south.
All right, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's all.
Yeah, Vanya's practically hugged against Charlotte at this point. She's refusing to get any further away.
All right. Damien's turn. You're alone in the woods. You are surrounded by trees on practically all sides. It's very claustrophobic.
Damien quietly puts the pole axe into his bag, and he pulls out a sling and puts it. In verge of seconds. He puts away the pole axe, pulls out his sling, and he is going. And he knows. And under his breath, he starts muttering this. He starts muttering this prayer in Stranic, and he is going to start moving. He's going to start moving north. He's going to start moving northeast between some of the trees, cautiously stepping around as best he can.
Okay.
And I'm going to ready the hide action if any. I'm going to ready the hide action if any creature if any creature comes into his line of sight.
Okay. Very good.
Me is going to
Continue moving. Yes.
go over here by this tree.
Are you going to use any other movement with your second round worth of actions?
Oh, second round?
Yes, you
Okay.
get 2 turns
He is
worth
going
of actions.
He is going to silently. He's going to quietly stalk along the underbrush, kind of going around.
All right.
And as he reaches the second tree, he is going to kind of hug beside it and ready the hide action for if anybody comes into his line of sight.
Okay. I will say, further to the south, you do notice that this clearing goes on a bit further. But, if this is where you'd like to stop, you may. Go ahead and give me a stealth roll.
Okay. Just a second.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Alright. You are hidden. Jumping to Aspen. You find yourselves on what feels to be a slightly higher elevation. There are a bit more open clearing where you're at, but you do see trees kind of blocking out sight off to the side.
Cool. I think the first thing they're gonna do is, well, first of all, I'm gonna stop freaking out.
Wisdom save.
So probably not. No.
Unfortunate.
Am I like actively feared or just?
You are frightened technically, but it is not affecting your ability to like move or anything like that in this instance.
All right. So after trying to get their bearings a little bit,
Their bearings.
they're gonna try and light a torch.
Okay. What is the range on torchlight? 20-foot radius.
Yeah, it's giving me a template.
Oh, weird. I'm just gonna put it on you.
Sure.
That's a little too bright. What the fuck?
Yay, causing difficulties.
There we go. Gives you a lot more vision than you had previously.
Yeah. Looking around, can I see any like loose rocks or pebbles on the ground?
Let me update it correctly because you actually have 40.
Oh, hey,
range.
cool.
Loose rocks or pebbles? Yeah, you are slightly up against what appears to be a cliffside. You have no idea how you got up here. You don't remember climbing.
I'm gonna pick up one of those pebbles and I'm just gonna kind of throw it sort of just over here against the cliff edge.
Okay.
Mostly looking to see how sound carries in this fog.
Okay. The rock collides against the wall for a moment and makes a clank sound. It doesn't really echo or anything like that.
Does it sound normal or is it like suppressed?
Yeah, it's pretty normal.
Okay. Then I think we're gonna risk a call out. Just not a full yell, but a decently louder. Hello? Anyone out there?
Alright. Any movement?
Yeah, we'll take a little bit of movement. Why can't I move? Because I'm feared. I believe.
You should be able to move.
Oh wait, there we go. Okay.
There
It was
you go.
just I think it was just lagging me a little bit. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4.
You approaching one of the clearing transitions?
Can I just
Yep.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. Flashbang. I did not count how much movement that was.
That was about like a turn's worth, so you still have at least 30 more.
I am up to 40 movement now.
Oh, 40? Okay.
Yeah.
So you would still have extra 10 then. And then you would have your second round of movement.
Okay. So that's an extra 10. That's what I can get. Yeah, that'll have to be it.
Alright. Set. Alright.
Alright.
You are also just kind of in the middle of the woods. Mocha's with you, though.
Mm-hmm.
They had
All victories.
at some point managed to find you. And they are just kind of like on alert, looking around. It's like the most active you've seen Mocha without a command.
Alright, you know how to find me now. Can you get us out of here? Is there any way for Mocha to like navigate their way out of here and help her with that?
Yeah. Let's see.
Is it gonna be like an animal handling role or?
No. Given your nature with Mocha,
Yeah.
Mocha is able to direct you forward
Mm-hmm.
to, I'd say, about here before indicating that there's a path to the south and a path to the west.
I still have to check magic up. I don't suppose there's anything like indicating what's down either of these paths, huh?
No. Let me see. There's definitely a very strong sense of both like illusion magic as well as abjuration.
Interesting.
But it's just like coming from like everything all around.
Yeah,
you.
there's no identifiable source, just these entire woods, I guess.
Yeah.
Honestly, given that we came in from the south, I feel like that's the most sensible direction to go.
Okay.
So I'm heading there and making the dash.
Got it.
I agree with going west.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, great.
Mocha will try to stay in front of you and will indicate that there's another path further to the south, but there's also winding paths off to the sides. And will point to the north as well. So you have 3 different directions you can go: north, south, or west.
Well, let's see where north takes us.
Okay.
Trying to be methodical here.
Alright, you do have limited movement.
Yeah, I may. I think I'm already out, but still.
So we'll get you right about there for now.
Yeah, that's probably good. That's probably about right.
Vegas!
That fucking scared me, I'm not gonna lie.
What, the
Jump
sound?
scare.
Yeah, I forgot where I was in the turn order and I kind of like zoned out. Anyway.
Alright.
Yeah,
You're
where
in the
am I?
woods.
That answers that.
Yeah. It's real
Vision's
fucking
pretty
dark.
bad.
Yeah, and it's foggy.
But I'm not afraid.
I'm not afraid anymore.
I'm not afraid. I am not a pussy. Alright, let's how can I get my bearings? It's like pitch black or just I have this much vision?
This is your current limit on vision. If you have any other sources of light you're able to produce, you can try to use them.
I have adventuring kit stuff. I want to like light a torch, but both of my weapons are two-handed.
Yeah, you won't be able to use either weapon. You do have your light crossbow.
No,
The trident is also one-handed too, if you want to use the trident.
Forgot about that. Anyway, I see nothing when I look up.
You see like the dark night sky.
Is the moon in the same place?
The moon is not visible.
Shit. Yeah, I'm gonna light a torch.
Alrighty. Let's get you set up with a torch.
I'll equip the trident.
There we go. You strike up a torch, and you can see a bit more clearly now. There seems to be a trail behind you, and a trail further to the south. But the trees are pretty claustrophobic in this area.
I do like how there's like shadows peeping in and out the corners of my line of sight. That's very Don't Starve-esque. Enjoy that. Guess I'm gonna start heading east. That's east, yep.
Yeah. Do make sure to count your movement for your 2 turns worth of movement.
20. So wait, do I like go into a new screen?
Move to the next tile to your left. It's gonna be very centraled.
Ah, very cool. So it's 20. No, wait. That was 45 feet of movement.
I won't count the side movement you had to do.
Oh, then.
So about 40.
Yeah, just about. Another 20 then.
Okay.
Quick question: do we see what our token sees?
Yeah, I'll say that you notice that there's a sudden torchlight coming from around the corner.
That's the extent of my movement. If I action search, would I get more movement?
Do you want to use your action surge to dash again?
Absolutely not, but I think it'd be funny.
That's
Uh,
is a questionable choice that you are absolutely willing to make.
yeah. So you said it's 2 turns of movement,
2 turns of movement.
and that
You've
doesn't
used
include
one
like a dash
action to
action.
light a torch, so you can dash.
I can. Oh, then I'll dash.
Yeah, you have 2 actions, 2 bonus actions, 2 turns worth of movements. One action was
I
to light the
understand.
torch.
Sick. Okay, I thought I was got it.
Dog sprinting through the woods.
Oh yeah, I'm zooming. I'm actually frolicking right now. I'm having a great time.
It's that gif I linked further up.
So that was, yeah, I think that's the extent of it.
All right. At the top of the round.
Oh, we hate this.
Okay. Oh, this is funny.
Love when they say that.
Oh, no.
Haha, funny. Ski. You
Hi, oh my gosh.
get the feeling that you are being followed.
As in from this transition back here?
You have no idea.
Or from an...
You just this
okay.
overwhelming sense that something is following you.
It's fine.
I will say, you do notice movement coming from this building to your south. And there is a figure in the window, and you can see an arm reach out for a moment and just kind of like waving at you to get your attention. It surprisingly unusual and surprisingly friendly. It is your turn.
How very conspicuous. Well, let's see here. We've got... come on now. 1, 2, 3... Oh, hello.
Yeah. As you get closer towards this window, you can see this canine individual who was with the group before the fog hit. And he sees you and he's like, "Get inside, quickly."
If you insist. That was what? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. And then for my second movement, 1. Whoop. 2. There you go. And I still want to have a nice view of the outside. In case we do end up seeing what exactly we're after here, I will absolutely be saying to him, I hope you understand I'm not going to be staying in here for long. There's something out there that I need to show up, let's say.
Well, you're marked at the moment, so you may want to keep your head down.
I did notice that something had changed. Suppose that was it. Really only brings me closer to the goal, really. Question is whether we can find any of the others before it finally catches up.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a stealth check. Roll check as well.
Thing.
I don't know why Jax rolled at disadvantage. Oh, it's his armor. Okay. Anyways, Charlotte. You and
That would
Vanya see
be-
a source of light.
Does one you need to make a wisdom save?
Yeah, go ahead and make another one.
It's
At
advantage.
advantage.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, you're great.
Yay!
All right. Still gonna keep that spell on in case. Charlotte's gonna say,
Oops.
I'm going to lead. I want to see what that is. Stay behind me.
We can move at the same time.
Vegas!
Shh.
Oh,
I'm gonna sheath the rapier at this point.
Okay.
hey, you two. Come here
Hi.
often?
Nope. I don't want to be back here ever again if we get out.
We need to go where you came from. It's a dead end over there.
Ah, great news. Shit. I walked all the way over here.
No, it's good. Strength in numbers.
Vegas, you're now part of this shared initiative.
Yahoo! So does that mean I can move?
Yes.
Sweet. How much movement do these two have left?
We moved
technically-
40 feet.
Yeah.
They were suggesting to go backwards.
Yep. So, will 30 feet of movement get us back to the teleport tile?
Not quite. You'll be pretty close, though.
I'm gonna follow, but I want to stealth as best I can as I do.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me stealth. Alright.
That would have been for 1 second. Need to check something. I think it's I would have used my action for that because I'm going to use my bonus to put the facade on.
Yep.
That's 45 feet of movement there.
Okay.
That's all my movement.
I also get dark vision now.
Did that apply automatically, or?
I've got it. There we go. It did not change the token though, so I'll work on that while other people have their turns. This is as far as I could move.
Okay. I will say, as Vegas started to move further towards the edge, the torchlight disappears, as does Vegas.
Oh.
Vegas, god damn it.
So when I look behind me, are my friends gone?
You don't see him.
Huh.
So, is this the rest of your movement, by the way, Norman?
That's
Yes.
further than we could move.
Oh,
We
was
moved
it-
40 feet,
this-
we had 20 feet left.
Right.
So this is as far as we can go. You see Vanya kind of take on some of the dark and the shadow in the area, and the fiend form comes on.
Right, sorry about that. I thought we had like double actions.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
2 turns worth of movement in addition to actions and such.
Oh, so we could dash as well.
You could dash.
Let's do it.
All right.
There's edges, so you want to probably move a little bit slower. There you go. There we go.
Oh, flashbang.
And then, out of nowhere, the torchlight becomes more visible. And Gao, you see them. They did manage to follow you.
Huh. Well, that's
Vegas,
great news.
you need to be careful. There's something concealing light here.
No, really? Charlotte, I'm hindered right now. I'm gonna need you to cast light on my hat so I can use my two-handed weaponry.
It's going to have to wait in a moment.
Just so you know.
I can see fine in the dark now.
I think that's all my movement, I believe. So that would be my turn.
All right. Damien. Nothing has come by. It's been quiet.
Damien,
What would you like to do?
Damien is going to move around the tree here.
Okay.
Until he's at the bottom closer to the clearing. And does he still have 2 actions as before, or is this
Yes,
just 1 action?
same as before.
Okay. Damien's gonna keep moving forward through the
If you
through
move,
what fog he can see.
Yeah, if you move to the left slightly, there is a teleport tile you can't see. There you go. And I won't count that side movement as extra movement, so you would still have the rest.
So first action, Damien's going to dash, which adds another 40 feet to his movement. So he's gonna, while keeping low, he's going to maneuver himself through the dark, beside the tree line as he did before.
Okay.
And he is going to take his fingers, put them in the snow, raise them up. Realizing where north is, he is going to, with his training, he's going to take right around this corner, and he's going to ready an attack action for any creature that comes within his sight, as he uses the last of his movement to go the entrance of the southern entrance of this little branch he's in.
Okay.
And that will be it for his turn.
Aspen, go ahead and make me another wisdom save.
Oh boy.
Alright, you're fine.
Yay. Means you can take the status off me now, right?
Oh, it's being a little laggy.
Oh, here it is, huh?
Okay. Don't worry about it too much. What would you like to do?
I mean, I guess keep pressing forward.
Okay. See another opening ahead. Oh, were you... Drag your token back to the correct spot. There we go.
Weird. Okay.
I think you tried to move at the same time that it teleported you, and it sent you flying.
Yeah. That's because I was expecting it to teleport me on the last tile, not the one before it.
You actually see a road as you enter into this area. There appears to be a strangely forked road going north, south, east, and west. You're at a little crossroads.
Hmm.
Directions are north, south, and Venice.
I get it.
Is that all I can see? Is there no hint of anything else?
Yeah, you just see 4 different directions the way you came, and road paths leading north, south, and west.
Is it like a dirt road?
Yes, it is a dirt road. It's weird because ever since you've gotten into the woods, you haven't seen any trails of any kind.
Mm-hmm. Um. Okay, so I have like 2 actions worth of stuff I can do. So, uh, I'm gonna let's pick a direction at random. Say west because south feels like it should loop back on myself.
East. I thought you meant west.
Um. I'm gonna light another torch.
I'll say your torch is still active, unless you're...
Yeah, I have a plan, and I'm gonna using the stick handle of it. I'm gonna like dig into the ground a bit and write Aspen, and then an arrow pointing the direction I'm going.
Ah.
And I'm gonna leave the spare torch next to that.
Okay. Did you light the torch, you said?
Yeah, second torch.
Okay.
They're gonna burn down the forest.
Honestly, kind of fine with that.
And fuck these woods in particular.
Yep. And then we're gonna... Oh, do I have an action to dash?
Yes.
Okay. Darn, can't quite make it to the thing.
Just one short.
Yeah, just one shot. Okay. That's me.
Alright. Set.
All right. I guess since everyone's doing it, I'm going to light a torch.
Okay.
And continue heading north.
Alright, give me 1 second. I'm trying to get your torch set up.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Yeah, I kept resetting the colors. Okay. Interesting turn of events. Before you go any further, Damien, another creature has entered your line of sight. Would you like to make an attack roll? As a torchlight suddenly fills the area behind you.
Damon is going to fire a shot from his sling.
All right.
Since you can't really see this figure clearly.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll. I'm pretty sure 23 hits a set.
That's a hit, I believe, yes.
Yeah, go ahead and roll the damage. It should be the button on the chat log.
Okay. Let's see here.
I
and then
think it's trying to damage you. Yeah. Undo that.
Yeah, it's saying it's...
Yeah, I think you had targeted yourself somehow. Okay. Oh gosh. What is that?
Zero clue. Just a
Not
second.
sure either.
Alright, well, get rid of that. So 7 points of
Okay,
damage.
let's see if this works.
You maintain concentration on detect magic, but you are suddenly pelted by. I assume you're flinging stone with the sling.
Yes.
Okay, so you're just hit with a very sudden and very precise rock, and it fucking hurt.
Fire back.
All right.
Longbow. This, this,
This is going great.
this is going so well.
Who needs a forest monster? These two are gonna kill each other.
All right. Unfortunately, natural one. The arrow goes flying off a little bit farther to the side, as you weren't able to ascertain the exact target at the moment. But you do
Okay.
notice.
Get them.
You do notice. Damien from earlier is here.
You treacherous filth.
You.
You should go with the straight up fucking attack.
Oh, are we sending Mocha after them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay. Go ahead and let Mocha make their attack roll.
Oh, that's instant damage. Okay, I need to.
Yeah, you have to hit it with the attack. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure 22 hits Damien. Go ahead and roll damage.
And do I have to? Okay. Second.
Trouble giving you a reaction prompt.
Okay. Damien is going to. Okay, Damien is going to use skirmisher. He's going to move. Third. He's going. He's going to use his reaction to move 30 feet. To move 20 feet back. As soon as, once Mocha enters his space, he's going to move 20 feet back.
Okay.
Oh, attack me and run away. Come back here, you coward.
All right. Move your 20 feet.
Okay. See if this actually works.
All right.
Okay. His turn stop. Okay.
All right.
That's all he can do. He spend his reaction.
Yep. All right. Top of the
Yeah, that's my
round.
bonus action and action fully used up, so.
Yeah. Whiskey.
Hi, oh my gosh.
That sensation you were getting is growing much more overpowering, and you see this canine figure in front of you starting to look very unsettled. We need to hide now. And he's actually running over towards this bed and just sliding underneath it. He is very insistent.
Okay. So now that I'm no longer isolated, do I just have the one action?
No, you still have your 2.
Okay. Well, in that case, sure, I'll slip off in this direction. To get a bit of privacy, I will make. Well, I already made a stealth check last turn. I don't know if I need to make another one.
Yes, you will need to make a new one.
Alrighty.
Are you
Well, that
also
one's much worse.
are you hiding under the bed or the desk that's in this room?
Nah, she's not going under the bed, but she is kind of like slipping behind the corner over here, but more proactively, let's say, also laying down a defense right here by casting grease in front of the door. So if it tries
The
to get
best
to
spell
her,
in the game.
it's got a chance of falling onto its ass in the process. And so she is going to be content with this defense for now.
Okay.
Oh, the best spell ever.
Yeah, Charlotte.
All right.
Charlotte,
Here's what I'm
Vegas,
gonna-
and Vanya, I should say.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cast light on Vegas's hat.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Well, if nobody needs the torch, I'll extinguish it and retrieve my one of my weapons. So our initiative is shared, right?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, let's march.
So you came from this direction. You do know there is a trail that was coming behind you from where you landed.
Right. Okay, so I started out like right in front of a teleport tile, huh?
You're pretty close.
Yeah, damn. Imagine I could have just not found those two.
Oh,
Vanya's sprinting off. Oh, that's very funny.
Ron just disappeared. Wait a moment.
Ryan disappearing
That's
between the
where-
cast questions again.
Aspen, you've joined the initiative.
Oh god, this is. Oh, it's good to see you.
Dead end that way, Aspen. Come with us.
That was not what I expected.
Suddenly, 3 of your party members show up, brandishing light.
Well, that way I'm going to have to undo my sign.
Vanya's in, well, relative darkness of, compared to the others, I guess, because she's extinguished everything for now.
Well, onward.
This is as far as I can go.
Wait, I can move. Can I move now as well? Like this is still.
You are now
Yeah.
part of the initiative, so you can move.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We
Might
can
also want to
dash
tell them
again
which
if we want, but-
directions you've come from as well.
Yes.
I came from straight ahead there. I'm pretty sure it was just dead end too.
Maybe we
This
try
way.
the north.
Yes, north first.
North has my best feeling. South, I feel like would also probably lead back to where I came from, but I am not sure. I'm gonna
Me and
like
Charlotte movement out.
I'm gonna scuff out the arrow with my foot and draw a new arrow pointing north.
I'm gonna write my name under Aspen's in the ground in the dirt.
Yeah, I'll add Vanya and Charlotte too.
Look, they're friends.
And they were roommates.
They were roommates.
Alright, so the rest of you have spent your movement, correct?
Yeah.
I haven't, but we're just gonna stay together. Yeah.
Very fair. Alright. So now we get to go back to this kerfuffle. Damien and Iset, you are somewhat in combat with each other. Damien technically has the higher initiative, so if you would like to act first, you may.
Gladly. Damien is going to. Damien is going to. Yeah, Damien is going to use multi attack. He is going to hit. He's going to attack Mocha with a fling attack.
You, as a heads
Then
up, do
he will.
not have multi attack as a rogue.
Okay, I thought we were.
You are straight level
Thought
8
we were
rogue.
using
Yeah.
combination of the. Okay, thought we were using a combination of that and the NPC stat block. Alrighty.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sake of balancing for
Damien.
this, you just have the 1 attack.
Okay. Damien is going to attack. Damien is going to fire at Mocha with his sling.
Okay. If you hover over Mocha's token and hit the T, the letter T, it'll target. It'll put your dot over top of it. That lets you know you're targeting them. Then when you roll the attack, it'll calculate the AC and damage. Oof.
Wide.
8 is not going to hit, unfortunately.
Oof. Okay.
What would you like to do? Still have your bonus action and still have movement.
Okay. Let's see here. What can he do? Damien is going to. Okay, so he has 20 feet. Damien is going to use his. Just a second. I'll be right back. I return. Damien is going to pull up. Damien is going to pull out a little curio from his bag, and he's going. Yeah. Wait a second. So this would take up his second action, if we're going by the.
Okay.
If we're going by the east with. Okay, so he's going to use cheese. Mocha has to make a Constitution check.
Okay. If you use the ability from your sheet, it should let you place the cone. You may have to rotate it before you place it fully. And if Mocha is within the cone when you place it, it should make them make the save.
Okay.
That'd be.
Yeah, it should be in it. It's just kind of weird on this end. Just a second.
Okay. I think it's already been placed, so I'm gonna go ahead and make Mocha make the save. They pass.
With flying colors.
All right. All that from where Isette's standing, they can just see a flash of bright light, but it's nothing to really. But it doesn't really make much of a difference with the fog ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And
Any movement?
that's going to be it. Nope.
Holding your ground? Okay. Is that?
You know what? Yeah. He's just going to fire a longbow again, just like as a sign of like, hey, you have fucked up big time. I am not letting you get away with this. I believe that's a hit.
Yeah, that's a hit. I'm just waiting for the reaction prompt from Damien. What did you roll for damage? I saw it for like a second.
Okay, Damien is going to use Uncanny Dodge.
Okay.
It rolled a 7.
Half damage.
Alright. make sure to hit the prompts if they pop up. There we go. So you said it rolled a 7,
Yeah.
and then you get what's your extra damage modifier?
I can see about rolling again just to see like what the math is,
Yeah,
but
if you want to just roll it again real quick.
Should be +6.
Oh wow.
same
There we go.
result.
Hey, there we go. There, it
That
calculated
works.
for it. All right, save the trouble. All right. So an arrow comes flying out and manages to catch you. Oh, it looks like it even calculated the uncanny dodge too. Cool. So it reduced it for you.
First of all, young man,
Okay.
you come here, you come here, you follow me in the middle of the night, and then the moment you see that you find me out in these woods, you attack me. Explain yourself immediately.
I genuinely thought you were a creature. I thought you were a creature.
All right, fine. You stop attacking me or my pet over here, and I will stop attacking you. Do we call that a deal?
I won't. Fine.
Good. Now let's find the others.
Have any idea what the amount of fun?
Frankly, I haven't the foggiest clue.
Well, this way will be north. I came down from north. I came down from the north. He kind of points down to the area where he came back. If we're
I
looking
came
for
down
somewhere,
from
we
the
should.
south myself, so I'm guessing then that it isn't in either of these directions. There's a path to the west here. I suppose we may as well.
Okay.
Let's try. Let's try the north, if we can.
All right.
It may hurt.
And unfortunately, I think I'm out of movement unless I am also allowed to dash. Because we're not really doing ordinary battle stuff here.
I've attached Mocha to you now, so you'll be able to move with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, neither of you really spent movement up until this point, until the set approached closer, so you both have your movement.
All right. So the full 30 still?
Yes. So you have a path
All
to
right.
the east here,
Mm-hmm.
and you can catch slight signs of a path to the north as well. So whichever direction.
North it is, I think. And that's my movement exhausted. So that's my turn.
Damon's going to use the last. Okay, I think that's good for him.
Are you going to use what?
Oh no, Damien used the last for his movement.
Got it. Okay. Top of the round. That's very interesting. Okay. We have to come back to Jack and Ski first, since they are at the top of the round. Give me a perception check, Ski.
Alrighty, haven't exactly been doing well with those so far. Yeah, that's par for the course this session.
And give me another stealth check.
Sure thing. Well, that's not terribly good either. I have the feeling that something interesting is about to happen.
Yes. You can catch slight, glances of movement from outside the window, and that overwhelming fog starts to push in through the door. That feeling of dread is getting more intense by the second, and Thalkiel starts whispering to you. It's outside.
I'd gathered. Let's be ready for when it's about to come in.
It is your turn, technically. Jack is just staying as quiet as possible. He does not want to be seen.
Yeah, I'm going to... See, could I use one of my actions to just try to reattempt that stealth check?
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, would you look at that? It's even worse than last time. This is fine. Uh, can I prepare an action to just be ready to blast a chromatic orb if this creature ends up stepping into the little cabin we're in?
Absolutely. So,
Because
preparing your
that's
action for
exactly
that?
the kind of... Yeah, that's exactly the kind of preparation that Saki wants to make. She is not showing fear against this thing. She is going to make it fear her if she has her way.
Oh, gosh. Alright. Charlotte, Vegas, Vanya, and Aspen. It is all your shared turns. I believe the plan was to move north?
Yeah.
We move
Yep.
north.
There we go. Ah, egads.
Oh,
I'll be right behind you, Charlotte. Go.
yeah.
What do you make of that, Aspen?
You enter a new area where there's surprisingly something you also haven't seen since you've been here. Water. And a surprising amount of it, and it is just kind of shimmering and bright. It is the only other source of light you've seen, besides the torches.
I do not trust it.
How refreshing does it look?
It's pretty clear. You can see the bottom.
Oh, this is some like Minecraft shader water. I'm gonna,
Aesthetic water.
yeah, I want to look at my reflection.
Okay. You can
You get
see
turned
it.
into a flower.
Yeah, right. I fight Dark Vegas.
Nego Vegas.
Can't believe we lost Vegas to the dead marshes.
Negus, even.
I can't believe Vegas got turned into a flower by the angry gods.
He's so foist.
Yeah.
He's a
I'm
thirsty
gonna
little flower.
take some. Can I take some in like a water skin or whatever?
Yeah.
This feels important. It has a whole animated effects layer to it.
It's a trap.
Okay.
I'd be careful with that.
I'm not drinking it yet.
I'm gonna use one of my actions to dash.
Okay. You can dash as a bonus action, by the way, you're a rogue.
I know. I'm gonna do that as well. So that's about another 30. Dashing again. You said we've got 2 turns worth of actions, basically.
Yes. So if you
So
want to
another
double dash, you
Action
can.
dash, yeah.
Meow.
She's gonna call out. This is a dead end. We need to go back where you came.
Good thing I didn't use my movement.
Neither did I. Shh.
See you guys later.
That's my turn now.
I already spent my
I
movement.
vanish in a puff of smoke.
Unfortunate.
Ah! Wait, I still have movement left over. I used like 30 feet to get here.
I was gonna wait until we can regroup anyway.
Yeah, are you gonna zoom off ahead?
There's nothing. There's no like features. It's just a flat body of water here.
Yep.
I want to take a sip.
Oh fuck.
Vegas.
I'm thirsty from the
Oh
water skin.
no!
So here's a fresh character sheet.
It's fresh water. It's fine.
Fuck yeah. It's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for my friends to regroup with me.
All right.
I'll offer Aspen a refreshing sip of water.
Absolutely not.
You're lost.
All right. Damien, Iset, and Mocha. You are at the edge of this particular part of the woods.
Further up as we go, I believe.
Moving into the next clearing.
Damien moves forward into the. Damien moves forward into the area.
Oh, Foundry's freaking out on me all of a
Oh
sudden.
boy. All right, hold up. Don't move. I'm gonna grab.
Yeah,
I said don't move, please.
I didn't move. I just
No,
got
I'm
given
talking
across
to
the map.
talking to Makar.
I'm sorry. I moved. Sorry, I was right in the middle of moving when you said that.
Yeah.
It's probably
But the-
lagging as well, so.
Wait and see.
Yeah.
Just completed itself.
Yeah. Just trying to get tokens back into the correct spot. Okay. There we go.
Oh, okay.
You
All
see
right.
a jackal just phasing in and out of reality.
All right. You
That's
are
normal, right?
safe to continue moving.
Alright, further up we go. I believe that was like 10 feet.
Yeah.
So Damien's first action is going to be the back action. He's gonna move ahead slightly.
Okay.
Oh, there he is. Or there they are. Gonna move forward. Go down the eastern path here.
Mhm.
Then on his second turn, he is also going to dash. He has 40 feet of movement.
Yeah, I haven't used my dash yet. I'm about to go do that, so.
Okay.
Oop. That brings me up here. Already dashed once, like I haven't used up all my movement as far as I'm aware.
You have 2 turns worth of movement.
Ah.
So you could
In that
dash
case-
as your second turn, yeah. You both
I'm
should be able
gonna
to
do that
technically
as-
keep up with each other.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's one dash extended. I guess. Yeah, I could just like dash twice, huh?
Yep.
I can
So you guys can get all
go
the way
all the way
to
out
the
here.
next part of the clearing. Should be able to
And
move
here I am.
down. Yeah, there you go. All right. Oh. Yeah, careful with your movement when you enter these tiles.
Yeah.
Copy
Okay. That
that.
is, I believe, all of your movement.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Top of the round.
What is going on?
All right. Well, rolls have not been particularly kind. Eski, at this point, you can hear the door is being rattled pretty violently. You're pretty certain it knows you're here. It will actually enter into the room. And does not seem to be affected by the grease spell. It does not touch the ground.
Well, at least I tried. Anyways, can I do my prepared action at this
Yes,
point?
your chromatic orb. As you are
Alrighty,
now
so let's-
the target.
Yeah, let's say this is a fire chromatic orb here. Oh, I'm just rolling bad today, huh? Alright.
Unfortunate. Your orb ends up going a little wide, and you watch as this very amorphous, hulking figure moves in and is going to try to attack you.
Oh boy.
16 hits.
Just barely. Yeah, alright.
6
6.
points of necrotic damage. The second attack.
Oh, cool.
A natural 19.
Jesus.
14 points
Yeah?
of damage.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And its final attack.
Oh, 3. Alright, big guy.
And a
Yeah,
natural
no, just
18.
keep rolling better than me.
7 more points of damage.
Cool.
Concern.
How are we feeling?
Check these. Cool. This is fine. Don't even worry about it, alright?
Alright, Jack, seeing you come under attack, is going to try and get its attention. He's going to come out and try to stab it. That hits. Minimum damage, unfortunately. Second attack.
You
Natural
cannot
1.
avoid annihilation.
And then, Beaker's gonna spit at it. That missed. But that'll hit. For almost near minimum damage. And he turns to you, seeing how viciously you were laid into, and yells for you to run. It is now your turn. You can drop your grease spell if you wish. Since you know that's your only exit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's probably a decent idea, if nothing else, just in case anyone else shows up. I think first things first, I have no clue if this is going to be yet another he who doesn't affect anything, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and hit you with blindness heightened spell. So roll a disadvantage for that.
Alright. Let's see. It was a con save?
Yeah, con at disadvantage. Disadvantage, thankfully.
This would be its second roll. Because it already rolled once. I think it failed. Oh,
okay.
wait, yeah.
Oh, right, it did.
No, yeah, it already failed, technically.
First one was a 5, so it is
Yeah.
blinded.
So you didn't need to spend
Cool.
that heighten. So if you want to take that back. And you're going for the blind effects?
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to not see me as I
Okay.
make my way out. Look, the chase is on. This is round 1. Just round 1. So that's 1, 2, 3. Would it take an AOO?
No.
Cool.
In this instance, so you can go wherever you'd like to go.
Yeah.
There are other
that's-
buildings in this area, too.
I see. I think right now it's 4 and 5, 6. Or do I get 2
Your second round?
still? Yeah, my second round? I'm gonna go see if I can find the others at this point, honestly. Just gonna go 1, 2,
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6. And I am going to dash a 1,
Go to your
2.
right. Or north. Teleport token. Yeah.
There you go. Alright.
So add back an
3,
extra 5 movement, too.
4. Yeah, so I think that is about as far as I could get on this turn. But, yeah, I mean, it's a good luck of it, you know, being able to make as quite of an effective chase when it, can't see now. And, looking at that, it lasts for 1 minute, so, yeah, the next 10 rounds it's going to be blinded.
Alright. Charlotte, Vegas, Vanya, and Aspen. This is your turn.
All right, I'll wait for my groupies to regroup.
Same.
That was 45 movement for me,
It
so
was
I've
60
got
for me.
15 left.
I'm
You can dash twice, remember? So
have to refresh real quick.
I hope the others have found each other.
There we go.
Duh.
It's these tiles in the middle. It's always going to be centered of, like, the opening.
Got it.
You gotta move down, Norman.
There's the latency for me.
Got it.
So you came from the east, Aspen?
Duh.
South?
Oh,
Yeah,
somewhere.
I think if you move while it's in the middle of teleporting, it's going to throw you randomly, so just kind of give it a second until you teleport.
sure thing.
Give me 1 second.
I'm not looking.
There we go.
I'm gonna go ahead just a little bit, but
Oh, I
I
don't
want
know where I am.
to move on for a moment.
You're between Vegas and Aspen. Do you not see that?
I'm like between trees. I'm gonna refresh.
Yeah, refresh. Also, Aspen, do you change the sign for a 3rd time?
Yes.
Someone's gonna come by, see the arrows going in every direction, be like,
No, I'm scuffing them out. Like,
yeah.
I'm utilizing my
I'm gonna draw a little dog face in the dirt next to the arrow.
dashes to get ahead. So I can move basically twice everyone else right now.
Yeah.
Eset's gonna find that and just like have to roll an intelligence check to even make sense of it.
Let me know when you're back, Norman.
Aspen. Oh yeah, you have extra movement. Yeah, I think my movement
Your world
stops
seems to
just
take a
short of
while to
Aspen's.
load.
This is a big map.
I could catch up with Vanya.
You can move 120 feet in wait, more than that. 240 feet.
Yeah.
You can move
Wait,
240
no.
feet.
No, but you
I
already
was gonna
you
say.
moved, you moved 45 more than I needed to in the previous map.
I am here.
And I
And then
can
add
move
another. So I moved. That was the
160.
60. Add another 60. Then add.
Point is, I can get
120.
onto the next map with you.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were waiting on Norman to reload so he can see where we're at.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I did announce I was going ahead as well. So
All right. So you can start
I'm-
making your way south.
I'm gonna catch up so that Vanya's not alone.
I think I spent all my movement speed. 120 for both total.
I'd say you could probably get a little bit further. How far can you move, Vegas?
30 walking speed.
Well, how much further from where you've been moving so far?
Oh, shoot. Wait, I think I have 15 or 10 feet of movement left.
Okay. Go ahead and move up, and then Charlotte move up next to them.
All right.
we wait for them to catch up.
And that's all for me then.
It's going to be that turn. We will finish with this turn. So Damien and Aset.
All right.
You've come up to a clearing area, and you've noticed that this is a cliff face going up. It's
Can
not too steep that it's too difficult to get over, but it is.
I was
taking
gonna
you
say, can we
upwards.
climb?
Yes.
All right.
Wait, was that cliff climbable?
The one you were on?
That's if it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You were on the top of it, so you had to have climbed down to get to the direction you were going.
God damn it.
Resisting the urge to act on meta information now.
I mean, it's not going to be
I mean,
useful, really.
You have one direction to go at the moment.
Yeah.
It is forward.
Yep.
So like that's the only one that makes sense right now.
I'll just be a second. Foundry is pretty much Foundry is having technical difficulties on my end, so just let you know.
Okay, I'll move your token up with a set.
Yeah,
Copy that.
it had
Thank you.
blacked out for me earlier, so. All right.
I assume you are both dashing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Passing along this hill. That's another 20 feet, so I'm gonna go. That's part of my second turn. Okay. Then that's in that direction. And then another 30. One way or another. Well, that's a dead end, so I suppose north we go.
Damien follows closely behind.
Mhm.
Woo! Control
And
again.
that's all of
Okay,
our
that was
movement, I
me.
think.
Alright. I think this is where we're unfortunately going to have to end it tonight.
Yeah.
Which means,
We have not sold the base.
we will have Makar back for next week, if it's still okay with you.
Yep, my
And-
schedule's open next week.
Alright, and we will see if we
Nice.
manage to get through the Lost Woods successfully.
I think we will.
Alrighty.
I'm worried about the ski though.
I
Good luck, XP.
I am
Viola almost got
preparing to
annihilated.
lose. Yeah,
Yeah,
I am
Viola almost got
preparing
that.
to lose my bestest friend in the world.
Blood is optional.
Also, do you guys like navigating the map when it just kind of throws you to a different tile?
Yeah.
You are,
That was
You-
so fun. That
you are
was really
giving
fun.
me
I had a
horrible ideas for my Tuesday group.
It's
Yeah.
like putting the map together is like, hey, let's section these off and we'll link them at random to each other. That way, you can backtrack, but it's not going to make any fucking sense. This is what I was talking about when I said that I ran through it. It's like, yeah, even I got lost.
I think it's pretty cool.
I tried to. I was just like, oh, I'll try and do a map, and it's just like, nope. Okay, it doubled back on itself so quickly. I was just like, nope, this isn't working.
Or were you actually like trying to draw it off to the side?
I had it in paint. Yeah.
Yeah, there was no way that was gonna work.
drawing cells.
Straight away, because the tiles are not linked in order.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah.
Right, but they're always
At
linked
one
the
point I
same
thought-
way.
Yeah.
I
have to
just
be.
went east and came out going west, so yeah, no.
I also removed fog exploration, so once you leave a tile, you don't see what was in that tile, so you don't know where it is. So
One
there's a-
thing, Duo.
Yeah.
I noticed. I'll DM you about it. Just
Okay.
so it's not. It's a small. I guess a glitch, but it's not a glitch. I'll let you know. I'm gonna go, and I think Dante is too, because we've got like 4 hours until Dawn Trail. So take care, folks.
Sounds
Have
like
a good
8
night.
hours, so go to sleep.
Good night.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got
Bye.
I've got to head out too. I just want to say it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure playing with you guys.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you so much for
Yes.
thank you so
Thank you
much
for
for this
coming.
opportunity.
Yeah.
And to all
Yeah.
you viewers, and to all you viewers at home watching this spectacular campaign, make sure to watch every Thursday on the channel.
It's technically every Friday,
Adios.
but you are
Yeah.
correct.
Yes, uploads for Friday, but
Very
yes.
much appreciate having our first special guest, Makar, from the Beast World Discord with us tonight, and going to be with us next
oh my
episode.
gosh. Yeah.
Thank you very
Also
much for
sorry for
joining
almost
us.
murdering your character.
Yeah. Don't murder the guest. Bad.
Bye, everybody.
Naughty.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
For one, enjoyed
I
Hell
cannot
in
tell
a
you how long.
Cell.
I cannot tell you, Vera. I cannot tell you how long I've been practicing for that scene of him. For him coming out of invisibility. I've been practicing that for a while.
It was very
Oh,
good.
Yes.
Yeah, I was very happy with it.
Yeah, I love the
See you, folks.
spicy. Good night.
Good
Good
night,
night,
everyone.
y'all.
See you next time.